Oh, Lord.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one.
Oh, this gonna be a fun one.
Cuddy's in his bag today. Cuddy's in his bag today. And I'm gonna cut to him on the camera watch.
Yes.
This shit. Oh, I might have to go live.
Names in the cut. That's a scary sight. Man,
I can't sit across from him.
Oh, no.
I can't.
Hey, sis.
Yo. This is episode 11 of
Yo.
All Things Aside. My name is Mr.B.
Black Madonna in the building.
It's blue in real time.
Trey.
And we have our stage. Yes.
Yeah.
Round of applause. Round of applause for Shaunie.
Yes.
Say that.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yes.
We have a studio audience.
Yes.
Guys,
Clap it up.
What are your names? If you want to be told, if you want to like tell your names on show.
It's like Punchinella.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Frank, the engineer, the man of the hour. Yeah.
In the words of Munchie, bow, bow, bow.
Did you just say pew pew?
No, he definitely says, and he got a song too. He be like, bow, 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 bow. I'm like, all right.
Little homie's a whole thug.
So,
Yeah, out here getting it.
All right.
I would love to start off this. Well, first I would like to start off this podcast with talking with Shaunie about her life, her business,
Facts.
what she's been doing for a while. Shaunie,
But wait,
what?
I have to formally introduce my role.
She's been introduced.
No.
She put the formally on there.
You want to know she got an intro?
She put the script.
We shall go forth and introduce Shaunette
I want to introduce
to the
Black Queen
world.
one time for the one time.
The Nubian
All right.
princess.
Boom,
Queen
let's
of it
go.
all.
She worked on this.
I worked on this.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh,
So, this is my first interview, my first intro. I'm sorry, Kano, we did not introduce.
It's all right. Keep going.
We didn't introduce
It's all right,
Kano.
Kano.
We have to introduce Kano. He in the building as well.
shout out to my dogs.
But
My dogs.
This
This is for my dogs.
hey.
Niggas up the pound. Like, here we go.
So, of course, we have Shaunie in the building, also known as Shaunette for everyone else. She is also a UACHS alum from the first graduating class.
First fuck up. Round of applause.
Damn, don't say that.
No, not for nothing.
I'm
No,
the fuck
not
up.
for
First
nothing,
fuck up.
because they are the reason why we could not go on fucking campus.
Yeah, buddy.
Couldn't do shit
That's
on
a
you
lot of
NJCU
There
campus.
was a lot of things we didn't
Nothing.
have when we got there that second year.
Word.
It was like, yeah, y'all ain't going up the hill.
No.
Y'all stay right here.
We was in a half
This
of working
building,
fucking
bro.
building on 275 West.
The fucked up college experience.
Word.
Don't go outside
It was
until
like,
we dismiss you.
Yo,
Stay there.
so they like, oh, they up there fucking up? Second class? Here, y'all in a half a working building. We like, how the fuck are we in a half of a
Don't
building?
go outside and don't go upstairs.
Don't
Stay here.
There is no upstairs. They had a whole fucking piece of plywood. Poof.
We had a whole floor we could
Really? When we got in there, the building was done. I've never seen the building undone.
Yeah, no, there was no
Until
upstairs.
the end of our first year.
Really?
No,
That
when
whole
y'all
floor was
came.
cut off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we came, everything was functional.
Yeah, no.
They finished it that summer.
Yo,
Oh my
Even when they
gosh.
opened it when we was there, it wasn't finished.
it wasn't
yet.
finished. There was
Them
no
classes wasn't ready
upstairs.
yet.
There was no
We
upstairs.
literally just had the first floor.
That
was
is
it.
terrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
there was
shit.
nothing. So understand when we always said 275 was ours, they was working in that bitch while
While
we
we
was
was
in
there.
class.
Did y'all have? They gave y'all the hard hat.
Hell
about
no. So we was
multitasking.
people was breaking in and pulling the wires. Mr. Backus was like, everybody go the fuck home.
Wow.
It's like 11:30. We like, okay.
Oh
Say less.
my god.
My mother like, why you here? Mr. Backus said go the fuck home. My
Oh
mother
my
like, what the fuck? But yes.
Whoa,
Jersey
right.
City Charter School education, everybody.
Don't you love it?
Yes, but those are the moments that made us the creative motherfuckers that we are today.
Right.
Because, hello, Shaunette is a mom, an entrepreneur, a wife, a homeowner, my BB, which is known as Belly Buddy, because we were pregnant at the same time. Yes, Lord. Shout out to Buka, because that's my baby.
Yeah. He's different. He's different. They say he's always the second one, right?
It's all, girl, because
He messed it up for the third.
Yeah, I don't know much. No. But yes, amongst many other hats, we have Shawnette Taylor Connor, everyone.
Two people I really want on the show is you.
Thank you.
Nani. And I'm glad to finally get you on the show.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yay!
Yes. So you have your business where you make a lot of dope merchandise, T-shirts. I think it first started with it was like your son.
Yes.
A little bit.
Yes.
So tell me about it. Tell us all about it, not just me. Jump radio.
Hear about
Like,
yourself.
God, like I'm about to try to collab with a T-shirt thing, and you talking about tell you.
You want me to cut, but you ain't gonna act like I ain't here for.
So yeah, like ugly thing now.
So yeah, it did start with my second son, Trenton. We started calling him the new guy because he definitely was the new guy on the block. My oldest was 11 at the time, so he's a little seasoned, so he wasn't the new guy anymore. Shout out to Hassan. And it happened because I started to go into the stores to, buy baby clothes and things like that. And they didn't really have too many things for boys. I didn't like that.
They
like,
don't. It's really hard.
It's hard. The girls had like the cute graphic tees.
Everything.
And, the matching this and the matching that. And the boys had like the brown jeans and a truck shirt. And
In the corduroy.
In the corduroy, yeah.
I like, for the record, I like corduroys.
Oh,
You like that sound too?
That. Do it again.
When you write your hand in the blinds, that noise.
Facts. Sound like the man going through the
likes
blinds.
things that make sound effects.
Oh,
That
that can
explains
go
so
so
much.
many ways with Ursula.
Listen.
And her sound effects.
Uh-oh. Wait, hold up.
I'm drinking my water.
Yeah.
The water gonna make a sound effect.
Splash.
I hate you, motherfuckers.
Okay.
But
So that's how it started. I hooked up with our logo guy, Diz. And Diz is an amazing photographer, logo artist, just an amazing artist in general. And I told him, I want something for my son. And he was like, what is something you have in mind? I'm like, a teddy bear. So he hooked up a nice logo teddy bear, and that's how the new guy got started. But I didn't take it really too seriously. I only put it for Trenton, but then people started saying I want one, and then another person said I want one, and then somebody said, do you make these for adults? Because I want one, and that's really how it took off. So I just started, I do all types of teas. Y'all know I do the baking, artistry. Now I'm into...
Oh my God, that's right. You do have those cakes and shit. Yo,
cookies. Those cookies. I
I've
can't.
been wanting to buy a cake. I've been calling you for years. I'm like, damn, how you cake? Wow, yo, you are the most talented individual of all time.
Jacqueline of all trades.
Yo, I remember, I forgot, I think one of my friends, Shaunie and Angela, they had gotten, I think they got a cake.
For Asia, a birthday cake.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. you're
Like that.
I almost forgot about that. I was like, oh shit, you the one who make the cakes?
Going out here baking cakes and whatnot.
Yo, I hope you're still doing that.
Yeah, I do.
Good.
I do. I definitely still do the cakes, and now I'm doing the cookies, the decorative cookies.
Nice.
Which are too cute to eat, by the way.
Thank you.
Ain't nothing of them gonna be too cute for me.
Man, listen.
I didn't say I wasn't gonna eat them. I just said they look too cute to eat.
Oh, nom nom.
Yeah, I'm gonna click. You know me, I click.
This look good.
It
It
look
tastes
better
good
going
too.
down.
Yeah, so I got that going, and I just want to say about entrepreneurship really quickly. Do not let anybody force you to do entrepreneurship. Don't let anybody force you, because
It's a headache.
it's not
Rewarding.
it can be all of that. But the thing is, I still have an employer. I don't solely work for myself. I still have a 9 to 5, a 8:30 to 4:30, whatever you call it, because that is what pays my bills. Entrepreneurship right now does not pay my mortgage, does not provide health care for my family, does not put food on the table. My entrepreneurship is definitely a work in progress, but what I'm saying, to not let anyone force you into entrepreneurship, because that may not be what's written for you. Right now, for me to solely work for myself, that's not written for me. Not yet. And it's because I feel like, if you know me, you guys know I'm a spiritual person. I do believe in the higher power. I do believe in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And I do believe that you will align your life according to what He has for you. And I do not believe it is time for me to stop working for someone, because I'm not even in the job that I'm supposed to be in right now. And I've been working with my current job for 13 years, but I've been there physically, but spiritually and mentally, I have never been there. It's only been God who kept me there to provide for my family. But I know that I'm supposed to be a teacher. I know I'm supposed to be a teacher.
But you are. You're teaching.
Yes.
Every person whose life that you touch at that job.
Right.
It's just not.
It's not the audience I'm supposed to be teaching.
That you think you're supposed to be teaching.
I'm definitely supposed to be with younger kids. I'm definitely supposed to be in a classroom with younger kids, because they are our future. I have a soul attachment to younger kids simply because they didn't ask to come here, but they are here.
Absolutely.
And because we decided to bring them here,
You gotta navigate.
you have an obligation to make sure while they are here, that they are okay while they're here. And so many of us as minority children have been mistreated in early childhood education, and it's not talked about. So many of us have been miseducated in early childhood education, and it's not talked about. And people don't realize that that foundation determines what kind of adult you're going to be. Because we carry the experiences of our childhood with us all through adulthood. This is why so many of us are angry, and we don't know why we're angry. People want to say, oh, she just lazy, or he's just lazy, or not motivated, or not, and that's not the case. Maybe something happened when I was 4, 5, and 3, and nobody wanted to talk about it, or nobody knew how to handle it, or I didn't have anybody to turn to, or when you decide to become a teacher, a coach, anything that deals with the youth, you have a responsibility to identify with that child culturally. And a lot of us don't realize that. That is a responsibility that I take serious. That is a responsibility that I see get swept under the rug so much. Reporting to teach is not like reporting to be a cashier.
And even still, you're still supposed to take your job.
You have to.
With pride.
You have to. Because Timmy didn't come with a pencil today. So now you pissed off because Timmy didn't have a pencil today. But maybe Timmy didn't have a pencil because he didn't have no lights on in the house and he couldn't find a pencil.
Or he can't afford it.
Or mommy couldn't afford a pencil because she had to use the last pencil to give to Timmy's older brother because he's the one that's going to get the job first to help out with the family. But yeah, you yelled at Timmy because Timmy didn't have a pencil today.
And Timmy's been hearing yelling all night.
And Timmy gets yelled at all the time.
Now Timmy's having a bad day.
Now Timmy got a bad day. Do we not realize 3 and 4-year-olds have bad days?
They don't see that. And that's part of the problem because people think children don't have opinions.
Right.
And that's a
because I said so. Anybody heard that?
You don't but that's a conversation that I've had.
You say so?
Right.
Kids are humans before they're anything, before they're placed into a category.
Right.
So you can't sit there and just, oh, well, you're a kid and it doesn't matter because these kids grow up. So at what point are they going to know how to make decisions?
Right.
You took the opportunity for them to be able to make a decision, and then now you're like, oh, why are you not making good decisions at 20? You didn't let me make a decision at 8.
Right. And they don't realize your emotional development is way more important than you being able to tell me that 1 + 1 = 2.
Absolutely. You have to form relationships with people first.
Right.
What do they do when you're a little kid? They put you in daycare. What are you doing in daycare? You're learning about your peers. You're learning your shapes and your colors.
Right.
But you also are learning that it's fun. It's not a tense environment.
Absolutely.
Once we get into higher grades, all of that changes. There's no more schooling to help the child be molded. It's now, all right, listen, you got to learn how to add these numbers because either you're going to be in finance or you're going to be working here or you're going to be working there. It's a system.
Right.
You know, and the kids aren't taken care of.
They're not. So now that we done went down that lane, again, to my original point, do not let anyone force you to be an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. If that's not where you're supposed to be right now, you fulfill your purpose. Because I'm just going to piggyback off of what you said. I can bake, I can do cookies, I can do shirts, like you said, jack of all trades. First of all, honor to God because He provides these skills for me. Now, those skills are for me. Those are my skills. However, I don't believe He's going to let me take off with those skills and be on a baking show or be designing for celebrities because I'm going to forget about the purpose that He had for me. And the purpose was to be a teacher. So you're going to do this first. You're going to be successful here first. And it may be just one kid that's waiting for me. It may be just one. It may just be one kid that I needed to meet. And it may not even be for a bad reason, but it's just one kid I needed to help. And it may be thousands, who knows. But until you complete what I put you right here to do, then I'll let you take off with other stuff. I'm not going to take your gifts from you because I'm not going to give you anything and take it away. But you have to do this. Right. So, again, don't let anybody force you into the African-American dream, please. Because if your lights get cut off because you decide to quit your job because you want to be a rapper.
That's not entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's not entrepreneurship.
That ain't entrepreneurship.
Hell
no.
no.
They can't file taxes.
Quitting who job?
Quitting job to be a rapper? No.
Well, why everybody rappers in Jersey City then? I thought that was the way to go.
No, they're not.
Rapping what? Gifts?
Oh, child.
They're not rapping.
You can't do that. Like, you gotta work your job.
You haven't been on SoundCloud lately, have you?
The rappers that I've been, they have jobs.
Right.
They have a job.
Right. I'm about to say, because they're Golden Era Music Group, huh?
Right.
Homie, don't play that.
Right.
What time you getting over before you hit the studio?
Right.
Don't.
Yeah. Do not.
I can quit. But so much money.
Do not quit your job, people.
Right. Do you know how many Instagram promoted webinars from these people that the first thing they tell these people is to work for themselves? Like, you pay somebody $150
to tell you to do something
yourself. To tell you to do something.
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
Like that.
That I could do for myself.
Why am I here?
But I can do that.
But this is how you know when you're not ready for entrepreneurship. You took your $150 and invested in somebody else
instead of
yourself.
Come on,
for them to tell you.
For them to tell you not to do that.
Bring it home.
That's what you took your $150. You took your $150 that you could have went and bought your cricket or whatever you needed to get started. To pay some Instagram person who probably brought their followers. Because why all your followers in Pakistan? But we're going to talk about that later. They probably brought their followers.
The breed, honey.
You paid them $150 for them to tell you not to pay somebody else? That's how you know you ain't ready right there.
But you don't see the logic in that.
You don't see the logic.
I'm going now it's about the time that I gotta sit there and tell you too. Okay, yeah, it's time.
I'm not gonna lie, that is true.
But that is true.
That's what we
happens
do.
Every day.
It happens all the time. That's all I see.
But, happening right now as we speak.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, though. The only best entrepreneur is in music is a beat maker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I know nothing about the music business, so you got to explain that down to me.
Because producers these days, they have like an online store where they can sell their beats for a certain type of price point. So from an MP3 to a WMA to an exclusive lease. It goes from $100 to always to $500 per beat. So it's a lot of these people. If you have a great, first of all, you got to build your reputation. That's going to take time. Mm-hmm. If you build your reputation to a point where you can have people buy beats off of you for $100 to $500, or I said I'm gonna give you a pack of beats. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make you sure your EP sound right for $1,000. Mm-hmm. You're making money. Like a lot of people I know that I talk with who are making money off of their music, they quit their jobs and stuff like that. Like they have business plans in place for themselves to make money every month.
Right.
And also, they still make content to show what they're doing, and if people will gain interest over time, people are gonna they're gonna invest.
Yeah, they play by a different game too. They get residuals.
Yes.
So they get paid like quarterly, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. If somebody uses their music, every time that it streams, they get paid half. But 60 people using that beat, 60,000 people using that beat, it add up. But the rapper don't have that in his corner.
No.
You see there? So the beat maker was ready to be the entrepreneur.
Absolutely.
And what does Trey want to do?
And I told you like that.
He wants to make beats.
Right. The beat maker was ready because what did you say? You said they had a business plan to make sure they get paid every month. A lot of people go into entrepreneurship thinking about the right now.
Yeah.
They want to make $1 million right now. Right.
They want to make.
I will see people like post like like for limited time $30 leases on all the beats, and they like post about like around 10 beats, and that shit will go fast. So that's a day,
right?
So say 7, 30, and that's around 21, $210 right there. Okay. For a day.
For a day.
That's just one little thing. They probably have a whole bunch of stash of other shit that they can sell.
It takes work. Yeah.
It's a lot of work, people.
But if you like what you do, it's
also,
not work.
If you become a reputable rapper, I'll sell them this. If it gets to a point when you those verses that you drop in, you put it everywhere here and there, you're gonna start charging for verses,
right?
Because now people getting to a point where people are starting to charge for verses. Like I heard, like some people will charge like $200
for a verse.
You ever heard of Compton Menace?
Yeah.
Compton Menace from Cali. I worked with him in a session. We bounced to New York to have a session. They were paying him $500 for a verse.
So I understand, like in the music industry, it's all about first and foremost you got to build yourself to a point where you could say like, you know what, I can smell my own shit. I can make these people pay for my services. You know, I just feel sorry for anybody who pays for our services because like, if you give us a track, it's gonna be ours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, straight like that. Yourself know your worth.
Okay.
But nobody will.
That part.
Scared money don't make.
I would like in terms of like entrepreneurism. Like I said, I still work my job too. I want to quit it so bad, but I can't. But Dame Dash is in the back of my mind saying, "You calling that boss your boss?" That's somebody calling him daddy. That's in the back of that's like in the back of my head every day. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to call this motherfucker. Well, I don't call my boss my boss. We're on first name basis or whatever. But entrepreneurship. I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people are afraid of the pitfalls more than anything because there's a lot of failure in entrepreneurism.
Absolutely, especially your first 3 years.
Nobody wants
especially your first. That's trial and error time.
That's life too.
But a lot of reason we have that fear of failure. What they call it, fear of failure. It's because of the foundation we created before we became an entrepreneur. Now, this is what I mean by that. Okay, I'm a mom or I'm a dad, and I got kids now. And I'm only 25 years old. But I got these 2 kids I got to feed. And now, I went to college and got all these student loan debts. and I'm working for a job that don't pay me that what I'm supposed to get, what my degree say, but I still got to pay these student loans back, or they going to put it on my credit. And if they put it on my credit, how I'm going to apply for that home that I'm trying to save up. But I can't really do but so much saving because this job that I'm working that for this degree that put me in debt don't pay me in a lot. That's where the fear comes from, because we done created so much baggage on ourselves before we discover our purpose.
Stop, to add on to that, because we so focused on what everybody else done put on us. Oh, you work in that job, you done went to school and did that, you got these kids, and you ain't doing this. It's what everybody else done placed. Fuck what everybody else got to say. What the fuck you want to do?
Exactly.
What do you want to do with yourself? What do you want to do with yourself?
You look at any celebrity, you think that they got where they got, waiting for people's approval.
Absolutely not.
You know, so after a while, I gotta be like, fuck everybody else and focus on you, because nobody else got your interests in their heart. You know, they just projecting. So that if they're scared to do something, they're gonna tell you should be scared to do something.
Right here.
It's harsh, but nobody's gonna invest in you.
You.
Right.
Your happiness is
You are
your
literally
happiness.
going to be your biggest fan.
Right.
That's
Nobody,
it.
you shouldn't put nobody else in charge
Of you.
of your happiness. So what I'm saying is that sometimes the choices that we make, good or bad, sometimes the recovery period from those choices will set you back. I was a mother young. I had my first son, I think I was about 19. I was in my second year in college, and my goal then was to be a teacher, right? That's what I went to school for. Now I'm passing the classes, I'm getting A's, I'm having this baby now, but I'm think I'm doing good because I'm still going to school and I'm still working. I'm doing good, but here it comes for me to get my degree in education. I have to work for free, shadowing inside of a school system in order to become an educator. Damn, I can't do that. I got a baby.
I need to work. I need funds.
She know.
My mom and them said they ain't take care of my baby. They done raised their kids, which they have every right because they did raise their kids. Damn, I gotta take care of this baby. All right, so I can't do that. Now you know what I'm doing? I'm going this way. When my road was paid for me to go this way, but now I gotta go this way because I want to take care of my baby. It's my responsibility now. So you know what I did? I set myself back. I had to, because I was too afraid that if I continued to pursue myself the way I was supposed to go, I wouldn't be able to feed my baby, which was not true. It was not true at all. There's so many programs I could have applied for while I was going to school that could have helped me feed my baby, and I could have utilized those programs and still continued on that road. But I was scared because of the priority I put on myself before I discovered what my purpose was. And that's what we do all the time.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. So when your child tells you he wants to make beats, you let that baby make beats. I don't care if he coming in and tell you that he want to make cups. You let that baby make cups.
Yeah, I tell him all the time. He said he wanted to make beats, and I was on. It just caught. I caught it.
I heard
let me tell you something.
Right.
I was on short-term disability before I started working at the school, and I sat there and I'm like, okay, cool. He like, mommy, I really want to make beats. I'm like, okay. I'm like, Jersey, 66 and the 30 your income, sitting there stressed out. I'm like, this is what he want. Grandmother was like, I got an iPad in here I don't use. Here. I'm like, all right, I'll give him that. My cousin popped up, keyboard. I bought headphones. Christmas, he looking like, what? I said, you said you wanted to make beats, right? Here. I even talked to Frank. When we first got here, I said, I gotta bring him down here so he could see you. Because he got frustrated watching YouTube. He said, Ma, these kids is perfect. I said, they not perfect. Because he don't realize that they editing the video to put up here, which Frank told me. He said he can't go by that. He got to see it live. I still have to bring him down here, but his confidence isn't there yet. So I don't want to rush him. But I got to bring him down here. I told him yesterday. I actually was in tears talking to him yesterday. I said, I don't care if you said you wanted to make some outlandish stuff, beg, borrow, or steal. I ain't gonna steal nothing.
Child, don't steal nothing. They don't got no bail in Jersey no more, honey. You gonna have to do that time until the judge said you can go home. They don't have bail now.
I said beg, borrow, or steal, but I ain't doing that. But I told him, I said, listen, whatever you
get you a GoFundMe or something. Don't be stealing nobody's stuff.
That. Listen, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Child.
We ain't doing that. I said, but whatever I have to do that is well within legal right for me to do, I will make sure you have it.
Right.
Because I know how it feels to not be able to do. I got accepted to Alabama State University.
We were just talking about that.
Sat in my living room. My father came in the house. I said, I got accepted to Alabama State University. Partial scholarship. Only had to pay $2,000 a semester.
I remember that day.
You was in the living room. What did my father say, Tisha?
She wasn't going.
And walked off.
Child.
And had my whole family thinking something else. We're at a cookout for my mother and my father's 20th anniversary. My aunt caught herself coming at me crazy. I turned the music down. Who you talking to? I said, who didn't want to go to school? I said, he didn't tell you I got accepted to Alabama State on a partial scholarship and he told me I couldn't go?
What was his reasoning on
fear?
On why you couldn't go?
Now, he couldn't afford it. I said, but you didn't even try.
He didn't even try. But Ursula was good for scholarships. All of us got scholarships to go to school. All of us did.
Didn't even try.
So let me go again on why I feel like the school system fails. Because it wasn't really up to your family to tell you no. What your guidance counselor was supposed to do when that became a problem, your guidance counselor was supposed to make sure that you got there.
You know what? You know why I was? No, you know why?
Did they switch our guidance counselors?
No, it wasn't. No.
Child, they would have guidance enough to go around.
What guidance?
It was somebody.
What guidance?
I had a great one.
We knew all their business. Who was liking who and who was
humping
in the bathroom?
Yes.
Hell, listen.
But no, you know why?
Because about it when you said it like
because I was 17.
I remember somebody telling me to do something and they got it.
Right.
You're supposed to get assigned a guidance counselor freshman year, first.
I went in Lugo office and they didn't want to send the accreditation. And I got a call. I put my cell phone number down. The school, Alabama State, called me like, we need your accreditation. I bust in Lugo office. You need to fax the accreditation to Alabama State right now. Here we go. Why wouldn't we be accredited? I don't know. But you need to do this right now because I'm not playing with y'all. It's the deadline. I made him do that. But they did need my father and my mother because I was 17 and I was trying to go for the EOF program that they had.
But that's nothing but a signature.
That's it.
And he wouldn't.
That's not but a signature.
And the loan would have had to go. No. The Stafford loan would have had to go in their name.
And your parents' name.
So he did not want to sign it.
Well, somebody should have found you a Pell Grant.
And I could have. No,
somebody should have found you a charter grant.
Not for nothing.
Somebody should have found something. Because let me tell you something. There is not a problem that an African American student does not face that a Caucasian one does it. The only difference is the community behind the child.
That's true.
That's the only difference.
That's true. Because remember,
if you was a Caucasian young lady and you wanted to go to Alabama, let me tell you something. The lady down the block that sell cookies would have put up a fundraiser to make sure that little Ursula got to where she's going.
You know the crazy part?
With us, the boat always stops at no.
No, but this can go way deeper. But I ain't even gonna put this on wax. I could have went. The money was there. It was spent. Let's be clear. So that's why I said.
You done got me hot now. Don't be turning this to a loving hip hop.
So at the end,
All
of the
my
day,
children, General Hospital.
Tag James and
Daddy really the uncle.
There you go. Tag in.
So,
Yeah.
in regards to this particular conversation, I was, I guess you could say, lucky to see this on both sides.
You was blessed.
Obviously, I went to university with you guys. I started out there.
For a year.
I was just freshman
He
year.
didn't do the whole big.
No, I ain't do the whole bit.
He wanted to.
I ain't gonna sit here like
He wanted
like
to.
I did. However, because it ties into what I'm saying.
However, comma.
How you get your time listened? Who you
I
done
got
talk
to see
to?
this on both sides, and when you go to school in the urban community, you have to work 10 times harder to get what it is that you get.
Half of what?
For some odd reason, they think you the great black hope.
Even when it comes,
Not
to
the hope now.
sports, like you have to absolutely stand out on your team to get looked at. When you go to these suburban areas, it's different.
Tell us about it, James.
It is different. Like I left university and I went to a white high school, and it was a shock how everything is literally given to them on a plate. You get these kids that are quote unquote classified with these IEPs. Ain't nothing wrong with these kids. There's nothing wrong
That's
with
an
these
attitude
kids.
problem.
The only problem is they might have a little behavioral problem or something like that, but academically, these kids are intelligent. They know the work, they can do the work on their own, but they get classified with these IEPs, and now all of a sudden you go into a class, it's a regular class. I've even seen it in AP courses. You got a teacher's aide in the room. It's only 15 kids in the class. Why you need an aide? And this person is in this class literally to help 3 people, no one else. Take tests, take exams, write essays, help them out with the homework. Oh, do you understand what they're saying up there? Yeah, I got it. Okay, let me know if you need any help. I've literally seen the teacher aide sit in the classroom the entire period and not lift a finger because the kid got it. Why are you here?
You know why?
The benefits of being in a suburban area and going to school in these suburban areas is unheard of. It's different. These same kids that go to, you might have the same kid who's classified with an IEP in an urban area. It's not the same.
It's not.
It's not the same treatment.
They shove them all in one classroom.
It's not the same treatment.
There's barely enough aides to go
They're
around.
not with the regular
They
population.
teaching all the kids different
They only have
work.
the one. The teacher
Nobody's
aide
on the
is not a
same
teacher's
thing.
aide.
She's
That's
not.
the teacher.
Yeah, she's the teacher.
That's the teacher. That ain't, you don't get no aid. You're not in the regular population with everybody else. You don't get to interact with everybody else. They stick you in one classroom, just y'all together.
Yeah, and then
with
take
the
you out
aide
of that
now as the
classroom
teacher.
and put you in
Or they
general
put you
classes,
in a
and
whole
you can't
school
function
all
with
to
those
yourself.
students because you've never been in that
Anybody who
setting.
grew up in Jersey City, they know what A. Harry Moore was about.
Even
A
in
lot
the
of them
regular
kids,
school.
honestly, they could have survived in a regular school. They just wasn't given an opportunity to prove they could.
Wow.
They didn't
But
have
no,
the help
but-
for them
but not
to
for
even
nothing,
feel like they
being
had
in public school, even the kids who had in their terms, and for lack of a better term, the issues, they didn't do nothing with them kids. Them kids, oh, you in Mr. Saminsky class. Yeah. Those kids, oh, you in 314. They wouldn't even say, oh, you in Miss Gregory class. They labeled those kids as a classroom number.
Oh, wow.
Dead ass.
Absolutely.
Dead ass.
Absolutely.
classification.
And I know because my son has ADHD. My son has a 504 plan. Oh, you need to put him in public school. You gotta be out your motherfucking mind.
Why?
For what?
Why
crazy
is
So he
part
could be
is,
lost and left
I
behind.
experienced that in a public school.
why is that? Why?
Why I
Like,
gotta go to a special school?
Because his school is, for lack of, oh, well, they're prejudiced. I said, did your kid ever go there? Oh, I heard. Okay, but my son been there since kindergarten. And not for nothing, it has its issues, but I would not put my son in a regular school. My mother...
so they can't be racist in the public school?
They-
Is that what they
apparently not.
say?
Yeah, that's
I'm
basically
saying,
what
I'm
they
saying.
saying. I said Jersey City Public
Oh.
School
Don't lie.
done cut
They
funding
racist
like a
in the
mother.
charter school.
All it
Let's
is-
keep it
What they're
overly
doing
gangster
now
over
is
here.
they're
All it
removing
Right.
special
Like,
education
that's the
programs from
person,
certain
not the
schools.
building.
They're
All
removing
it
it from
is
certain schools.
is a cop
It's only
out
going to
and
be
a
a
way to
5
keep
schools
our
that only
black
have
children
special
down
education.
academically.
But
That's
it's
it.
but it's not even the thing of it being racist. Let me explain something. My cousin is in North. And she's dealing with a whole bunch of stuff right now with getting what she needs for her children.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher reached out to my aunt. My aunt is the emergency contact.
Mm-hmm.
She got real disrespectful with my aunt. My aunt is at work.
This is the teacher.
This is the teacher. She didn't call my cousin. She called my aunt.
But this is the teacher.
She should have called
the person
Jesus
that's in
and
the
played with them
classroom
because,
teaching
honey,
the
we
children
be
of the
playing
future
with
getting on the phone being disrespectful.
Basically, don't know the situation.
teeth to fist.
Don't know the situation. Mind
Not
you,
fist now.
everybody's virtual.
Right.
So
Which is terrible, by the way.
But, yeah, and on top of that. So these children don't have what they need. My cousin has been talking to the person she needs to. They have a understanding. With them having an understanding, here you come out of left field. You're not even doing your job.
Mm-hmm.
So you're calling somebody else on the emergency contact, getting disrespectful, basically threatening to call whoever. Oh, well, if this is not done, I'm going to call such and such. You know who the such and such is.
Right. I know who the such.
So,
And you know who the such and such is, who gonna come get your
exactly.
ass.
So,
And we got a such and such for the such and such. So
Hello?
come on, such and such.
so my cousin said, okay, so she calls the person who she's had a contact. She said, you know what? I've been nothing but nice, and I'm still going to be nice. I've been dealing with you. I don't understand why she even called an emergency contact when she's supposed to call me directly.
Right.
But why is it that a person who does not have anything, or not doing her own job, trying to do yours? I have a problem with that. And you know what the crazy part about that is? The crazy part about that is she's black. So at this point, it's not even
what they say, all skin folk
and
and kin folk now.
And with that,
y'all gonna make me cry
No,
because
no,
I
no.
love the kids now.
And with that being said, since all kinfolk and skin folk and kinfolk, how y'all feel about this platinum plan and Ice Cube? Because
Don't do my boy like that now. Don't do my boy like that.
Ice Cube is still kinfolk, nigga.
I know that's right.
Hold the fuck up.
I'm just and the reason why I'm
He ain't do
asking,
nothing.
Don't do my boy
and the
like that.
reason why I'm asking is because since we are talking about things of the stature, because I had a very interesting conversation with somebody. I'm not even going to get into it, but
Do tell.
how do y'all feel? I need to understand how y'all feel about this.
Let me throw the question out. What did he do wrong?
He did nothing wrong.
Okay, thank
The
you.
fact of the matter,
I couldn't find
the
error.
fact of the matter is this: he was been in the makers of this contract with Black America. First and foremost, we stop confusing the platinum plan as if Ice Cube was the one who made it. That's
Right.
one thing.
Thank you.
And and first and foremost, Ice Cube made the contract with Black America. It's been in the works for months.
Okay.
And not only that, he said explicitly that he was going to present this plan
To both parties.
because it's not a bipartisan. It's not a bipartisan issue. Plain and simple.
So where did the sellout come from?
But
Did it
So
come from his own people?
they're saying that they're saying that Biden has had this whole thing in the works already, and they're also saying that Ice Cube did not include black women in his plan.
Oh.
So that's
I
why.
could have sworn it said black people all up and through that
Yeah,
thing.
like
I-
come on.
How's it not include? Like,
That's what.
why do you always need a special invitation?
That's what they said.
You don't understand broad terms.
But that's
So did he use the term black men or black men?
he
No,
said
black
black
people.
people and people of color.
I don't even
so
like
he
that
said
term.
it.
So that's
I hate that term, but
I
that
hate
is
it.
very broad also. That's
He
different
said
minority
black
groups.
people and people of
Of
color.
color.
So he's
So-
saying
I'm out.
everybody.
You
All
know
right.
where my thing is go,
You just leave it
and
out.
this is before we get deep into it, because I'm really going to use you guys to really educate me on the whole thing. My thing is, okay, we are all in the classroom, right? Meet Charles and Tish.
Okay.
We see some crazy stuff going on in the classroom, and don't none of us like the crazy stuff in the classroom.
Well, usually teachers was the cause of all the
I was about
crazy
to
stuff.
say. You sure you want to put me in this?
And we talking about the crazy stuff, and we say, "Damn, somebody got to do something. Somebody got to say something." And Charles decide he gonna speak up, and then me and Tish go, "Well, damn, why he say it like that? Or why he say that? Why he didn't say this? And why y'all ain't get y'all asses up there and say it with him?
Right.
Why y'all ain't speak up with him? Or why nobody else took the initiative to use their platform that they have just as well as him to say what he said? He can't speak for everybody. He just trying to find from his experience, from what he has seen or experienced culturally, to see if he can help with a solution. Because you know what? No matter who is in office, right? The black person is still in trouble. Mm-hmm. It don't matter who get up in there. That brother just trying to help out.
And to be real with a lot of people, I had a conversation with my mother about Biden last night that I had to really have to sit on for a while. Mm-hmm. And the problem of the matter is this: Biden has not sold me shit. All he has sold to me that he's nothing but a politician.
That's it.
And that we've been dealing with inexperience for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Pick me.
Ooh.
Dang, hit him with a Twitter line. Pick me.
Pick me.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
And that's why I'm sitting here you're not going to win.
Honestly, I'm going to tell y'all about the convo I had last night. It's an unpopular
So before
opinion.
you get that, are you upset with ICE? Are you on the wave that I wasn't feeling what he was saying?
I have more to iterate on that too. I have a problem with some of the people who felt the need to open their mouths and say things.
I didn't have a problem with what he said. I felt like, and I've said this in the group chat, I felt like if I'm an African American and we supposed to ride with the Democrats. Because
who said that?
No, this is what I'm saying. Who said that? This is what I'm saying.
Just because you're
right, and that's what I'm saying. Right, if we go by, that's what I'm saying.
I want to hear what you got to say.
If we going
and if
by,
you sound better than a Democrat, well, I guess I'm a Republican.
If we going by status quo, and I'm doing my ear quotes, if we going by status quo, right? And you know how much I hate this because that's the popular opinion. Mm-hmm. If I go to a Democrat and I say, hey, I think this will work. You supposed to be the one fighting for my people. I'm going to give this to you. Whether you agreed with it or not, you should have at least said, you know what? Let me look at it. Whether you wrote it already or not, because maybe you got some stuff that I don't have and I could adapt or take something from what you said.
I'm going to cut you
right?
off.
So are we saying he wasn't all-inclusive?
Before you even get to that, what you just said, you're supposed to be a Democrat. You're supposed to hear our voice. Who said that?
What you mean, who said that?
Who said that?
Me.
Who said that Democrats are supposed to hear the black vote?
I said status quo.
I get it, but still, where did this status quo come from? Who said that the Democratic vote is automatically supposed to be a black vote?
I don't know. This
And
is what I'm saying. I'm not saying
that's the problem.
Historically accurate. If you want to think about that, we were Republicans first.
Right. Okay. You're
so
right.
Where is this?
The only reason why people have this notion now is because so many people that had those beliefs in black people and what we stand for are now Democrats. So it was like, oh, that's where the popularity.
Right. That's why I said.
And that is such a dangerous problem.
I said.
It's not even to be like, I vote for. I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking.
You know how many people voted for Trump that don't like Trump?
And that's
do you know what vote? Do you know what voting does? Voting secures your income.
Yep.
That's what it does. You are a Democrat because of how much you make a year.
That's it.
Once you get over that threshold and you have investments and you have income and you done got over the poverty level, it don't have nothing to do with skin color. And let me tell you something. I like what you said, Charles. I like what you said. We do not educate ourselves enough before we start speaking on some stuff we have no knowledge
They're very
about.
passionate, but they don't know enough.
They don't know enough. So I like that. Very passionate, but don't know enough. And when you're passionate, right? When you're passionate and you don't know enough. When you're passionate and that's a good word, passionate. When you are when you are passionate and you don't know enough, you start speaking personally. Politics ain't personal, baby. This is business.
It's a business.
That's it.
Cause you can't mix
Who is going to give me the biggest tax return next year when they're in office? That's all it's about.
Right.
Yo,
and Trump don't. And let me tell y'all something. Trump ain't worried about white folk either.
He ain't worried about nobody.
Trump ain't worried about white folk. Trump worried about green folk.
Listen.
Who got money?
This monopoly.
You got money? Come here.
Right. This monopoly, baby. Who going bankrupt first?
We can sit until we blue in the face.
And I've been bankrupt 13 times, and I can play this game.
We can sit here and talk until we blue in the face about all the racist things he's done over the years.
No, he said he's the least racist motherfucker in the room.
Forget all that. Forget all that.
And everybody was mad about that. I said, what did he say? Well, what was wrong about what he said if it was the truth? Unpopular opinion. I can't stand the motherfucker. But he was right. He was honest. Everybody said they wanted an honest motherfucker in office. Correct. You got what
now,
the
what
fuck
did
you
grandma
asked
say?
for.
When you say your prayers, you need to be specific in what
And
you
read the
asking
fine
for and
print.
read the fine print.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I don't like him by a long shot.
Can we get into that? Why do a lot of people know why they don't like Trump?
Probably don't like him because he talked too damn.
He's a misogynistic bastard to me.
He's misogynistic.
Just makes
he makes unsound decisions.
And one of the craziest things I've actually
nasty.
I've had a conversation about when it comes to Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He is a mirror of America.
Right.
Boom.
He's America's baby.
Right.
He's a
He's
big
a product
ass
of
baby.
the environment.
And everything that America was about is what he
literally
He's a product of the American environment. Yep.
He is it. He is him. That's him right
the
there.
mirror of America.
If you had to make a person of America and mold them into this person, you get a Trump.
Yep.
Right.
That's
Trump.
what you get.
See, you know what? We should start using
Damn,
that.
Charles.
You ain't nothing but a Trump.
He is literally the
This
embodiment
was a
of
conversation I
America.
had last year. These are some there's a lot of conversations. First and foremost, when we did the podcast, when we was covering the DNC and the RNC and then the election, when it happened, I really started to have this thing where I felt like, you know what, there's some bullshit in politics, of course. And it is what it is. And at the end of the day, what I believe with Ice Cube is we need to have these people working for our vote. And even though
I agree.
I said that.
First of all, like I said about Biden, he has not sold me on nothing. Just because Kamala Harris is your running mate, it does not. It doesn't help me.
Kamala Harris. So what?
Why do they think she's the?
Can I say
She's
something?
supposed to be the savior. He got a black woman on the
No.
She's a person of color.
She's a person of color.
I think
I do not like that.
I think my heart skipped a beat when they said she a black woman, and she corrected that.
She's not though.
She's honest. She's
honest.
honest.
She's
sorry,
not a black. She's not. She's
What is her ethnic background?
She's Jamaican.
What is her ethnic background?
Indian or something.
She's Jamaican and Asian.
What is her ethnic background?
If a cop was to pull
I want
now,
I want you to tell me exactly what her ethnic background.
I'm gonna Google
and then you tell me when she stand in the face of that white man what he see.
That's not the point.
A negress.
No,
that is the point. That's a big point.
That is the point. You stand up here correcting people on what you are.
Well,
that ain't what they see.
And
that ain't what the people that you pandering to
use black, baby girl.
Are viewing. You are a black woman.
I don't know what
running on an American card as a vice president.
That's the thing that kind of bothers me. Like I don't.
But don't be black now.
Yeah, that's
exactly my point.
Don't be black now.
You now confuse people say, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that." But then when you get on the card, now you want to pander to us, my brothers and sisters.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, they did.
What? You wasn't at the family reunion this year.
Bitch, you don't even eat beans. What are you talking about?
Not beans now.
It says she was
potato salad. She gave it back. Who is this?
Wait, she was the first African American. And the first South Asian American. So
where's the African part come from?
Jamaica.
Yeah.
She's the daughter of an Indian and Jamaican immigrant.
So
exactly.
So hold on, wait.
Exactly.
Can you tell me what a Jamaican? What is? I want to be politically correct. What is a Jamaican? Honestly, because
Caribbean.
Okay.
Well, you know, then
But
again,
they
a
don't
lot of
classify
Dominicans are
themselves
using skin
as
bleaching, so
black.
I can't.
So
I don't know.
would she be classified as West Indian and the other portion?
I mean, not for nothing, I checked to a more racist because
Right? No,
I do.
absolutely.
I checked to a more racist because not
I'm
for
not
nothing.
trying.
I don't give a
different
fuck
for them
about
because
that.
they're
Not
islanders.
trying to narrow it down.
It's
She
about
qualifies
geology.
as a
That-
lot
yeah,
of things,
thanks, yeah.
but the main thing that she is up there pandering to every day to get votes is being black
Because
and she's
she's
not
from
claiming it.
That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
you're West Indian. Yes, you're Jamaican. Yes, you have Asian descent in you. But you are a black woman up here trying to get black votes from black people in an election that's going to affect who the most? Black people. But you don't identify with us. So what are you talking about?
Or when did you start to
There's
identify?
nothing you can say to me. You don't identify with me. You're not
At
me.
all.
And you know what? That is our fault.
She has no business being up there.
Because
None.
all
I don't
we
care
have
what
to
nobody
hit,
say. I don't care because she don't identify as black. So no, I'm not treating her like she black.
Nope.
She don't deserve to be up there.
all we have to do is hear black.
And we get happy.
And we get happy.
And we get excited.
That's
and
all
we
you
get-
see.
right.
As soon as you see that skin tone, oh yeah, they got one of us.
And we
Well,
don't,
that's because
Sit
we
down.
don't ever have anybody that we can actually see that represents us in a good light most of the time.
That's
either.
because we
And
take
not-
what we're given.
Yeah,
And that's the
But
biggest
we're- but-
damn
right,
problem.
but listen,
Stop taking what you're
we're
given
being
and
taken
actually
what we
give
given.
something that's worth giving. She ain't it.
I'm not.
She
gonna lie.
is not
She
it.
got a rap sheet, my nigga.
She is not it.
Well,
And I'm gonna take it a
said-
step further because
What do we
before her
have?
name came up, everybody black was going, oh well, he should get Oprah. Fuck her too.
Yeah, fuck Oprah too.
Damn, like get Oprah for
For
what?
what?
Fuck Oprah too.
What?
Not after the color purple.
Wait a
No, the
minute.
fuck we not.
Not after
Auntie
she got-
Oprah been doing some shady stuff. Now she been
Auntie
a little,
Oprah been shady since she came around.
she a little
Exactly.
shady.
The color purple.
It just didn't come
She been
to
doing-
light
she-
because there
she
wasn't
been
no
doing
internet
shady.
around, so you could search
She-
the bullshit she been doing.
Hashtag
She been
unpopular
shady.
opinion. The color purple.
She is the color purple.
Oh my
now
god.
what?
The color purple again?
Yep.
You know what? She was shady when she started like fucking like
I'm
executive
sorry.
producing mad documentaries on black people who've been accused on things. And
She
now-
was shady before that, bro.
Way
Washington
probably before
Post.
Check the track record. She ain't.
I'm
This
sorry.
ain't nothing new.
Like, yeah.
Like that
I
fucking
don't think she
Neverland
liked
shit.
black
Yeah, that,
This ain't
woo!
This ain't
Woo!
nothing new.
Yeah, that,
Everybody always trying to make it seem like
You
something
ain't
like
see
this
that?
just
I don't
popped
remember
up.
that.
This
She
just been here.
produced the Neverland shit, and the fucking shit.
Oh
was
yeah,
was
I heard
inaccurate.
that.
As
I heard
hell.
that.
Inaccurate.
Yeah, that was. I don't fuck
They was
with
talking
that.
hell.
about
Now.
you talking about these certain incidents happened at this time, but then they found out the time of what these incidents were, and they say, "Yo, Neverland Ranch was never even erected."
oh my God.
That shit was like, oh my
funniest shit.
god!
So you trying to slander a man and he's
In his
not
grave.
even here?
I feel as
And
if
then she tried to
Oprah-
attach herself to the Russell Simmons shit.
I do remember that. I do
personally
remember
feel
that.
that Oprah is one of those
Is a
people.
lesbian.
No,
Well, that
stupid.
and
I
self-hating.
feel like she's
I mean,
just
and if
one
you
of those
like it,
people.
then hey, we love it.
Yeah, we love it.
Stop,
too.
stop.
Did anybody know
I feel
Oprah
like-
was her name?
Wait.
I feel like she's one of those people who went through something extremely traumatic at a young
did.
age,
She
which
did.
she did,
She did.
and even in her late age, she still has not fully dealt with that.
Okay.
And it shows in the things that she does. That
Mask
woman
is
goes
over everything.
out of her way to destroy the image of the black man. She always has. If you ever seen her show when you was little, and like really think back to some of those interviews she's had with black, she's always done this.
So you think that comes
This ain't
from a
nothing
personal
new.
hurt? That's
Of
something that
course
happened
it
to her.
is.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
And that's not the knock
Damn.
on that, because when you go through something, you can't tell somebody how to deal with that.
That's true.
But when you got
Absolutely.
somebody that's in the public light that has the power that she has, that's a dangerous damn thing.
It is.
And time again, she
want
has
that
proved
revenge.
that
want
she
revenge.
is not for us.
okay.
And everybody loves sitting on her lap and going, Oprah, this Oprah. Fuck Oprah.
So that
Go and get some damn help.
So that
and stop
can-
tearing us down. You're not helping us.
that can maybe lead to another, topic that you brought up. Are black women really protected?
No, they're not. And that's another
You
fucked
know,
up
that's
situation.
another situation. We gonna
Well,
get.
That is another damn
But on,
situation that's
on,
messed
on the
up.
cusp of like the platinum plan in the country of Black America, D.L. Hugley shut the fuck up.
Oh, he's terrible.
Like
I
I
unfollowed him.
had to.
I used to like
I
him.
used to fuck with him. super
Every once in a while, he
Oh
got
my-
a valid opinion.
Oh
Sometimes
my
you be like, all right,
God.
DL, you're doing too much.
I didn't
But-
know how much victim blaming he does until I really sat down and really listened to him. He And you know what? You know what I really didn't like? That he took so much time and passion to really discredit Ice Cube. And say that he wasn't like worthy enough to sit and speak. First of all, he never spoke with Trump. But even if he did, what doesn't qualify him to speak with Trump?
Exactly.
Trump
And
even
who are you to
qualified to be
decide
president?
that? And who are you to decide that?
And who are you?
And why
Who
do
are
you?
You damned if you do, and you damned if you don't.
But here's
Right.
the thing, and if you got a fucking problem, why the fuck didn't you get your ass up and go?
Exactly.
And I'm like, you know what?
I didn't like that.
Cube had the most nicest comeback, and the comeback was this. You don't see me getting mad because you don't got a communication degree and you doing radio, nigga. Like, shut the fuck up.
Right.
Exactly.
Shut your dumb ass
Yeah,
up.
Right.
Like the audacity, that was
My
a
thing
huge
is,
contradiction.
And
did you not
no.
listen? Dude, does he not listen to this man's music?
Yeah,
Like,
yo, when you say,
His music has been politically charged since he came out.
But everybody was like,
Has
wow, no
always
bad
spoken about
CD.
social issues and
Yeah.
things going on in the community, things going on in the country.
his personal
This ain't-
experiences?
Again,
Like,
once again, this is nothing new.
Wait.
And that's why I had to really sit down and be like, yo, like, when he said, oh, you made a few banging albums. I said, you apparently didn't fucking listen to him.
a few.
A few. No, every album he got is a banger. And on every album, he is speaking out socially.
And my thing
about
is,
something
so
going on.
what if it only was a few?
And so what? You
Why?
made Good Fridays. I
Why
don't give a
are
fuck
you discrediting this man? See, this is the problem.
with niggas?
That's the problem. Why
Marrow.
did you have so much passion to discredit this
To
man?
tear this other
Why?
black man
Why
down.
did you do that?
should have sat down with him or called him because you know you got his contact and spoke with that man in private and said, "Let me get me into your mental. Let me understand what's going on."
And when
'Cause I'm
I
not
didn't see
understanding.
this man, I did not see this guy disown Vlad.
Nope.
And
And he's still on that couch every chance he get. Every damn chance
when he
he
didn't
get.
disown that nigga, and shout out to Vlad, that bitch ass nigga.
Fuck him.
He fucking deleted. He fucking blocked me on fucking social media.
Oh
That
my
was
goodness.
great.
I ain't
'Cause
gonna,
he-
front. That was good to see.
I was
That was
like,
good. Yeah.
I was like, yo, this nigga talking about, Tory Lanez fucking going on live, talking about the whole situation, and he's trying to give legal fucking blessings and shit. I'm like, nigga, you just mad you didn't get the motherfucking interview, the views, the impressions that you would have fucking got, and the money you would have gotten off of another black person. Of course.
Did you apologize yet?
For what?
Apologize
Not
to-
you. Did he apologize in Farrakhan yet?
No,
Okay, moving on.
no, he has not
Because
apologized.
he has to apologize for the fuck shit he said. And then
The
you,
nerve.
the audacity.
Why are you still
The
talking?
audacity.
You should be like that kid that got in trouble, but he ain't really catch like that ass whooping yet. But you just like it's
He
coming.
did catch an
I'm gonna
ass
just stay
whooping.
over here and chill. 'cause
Oh,
I know
he-
the
oh,
ass
he
whooping-
caught one?
Let me not make it worse.
I'ma
Maybe
tell-
don't forget.
I'ma tell you
that
what
should be
happened.
him right now. Shut up and sit down.
Something must have happened. Well, it was about the Rick Ross situation.
Which one?
Oh, the one where they told him to come to a hotel room and they beat his ass?
Allegedly.
Oh, no, it happened.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
He won the lawsuit, so therefore it happened.
I be under a rock. I don't be knowing none of this
I
stuff.
know.
Yeah,
I,
me too.
I ain't know that. I'm on my.
Rick,
See this?
supposedly, from what they say, Rick Ross said he had a problem with it. He said on his site, he said, I want you to meet me at this hotel room alone. He came into the hotel room, there was 7 other niggas.
He got beat up?
So wait, let me get this
Fuck
straight.
up.
Wait,
Ross
question.
got beat up?
Did
No.
they beat
No.
him with a sock?
Black got beat up.
So let me get this straight. You popping shit, you get your ass whooped, and then you suing people? We're not talking about him no
He
more.
is
Yeah,
white!
Wait,
I always knew he was full of shit. But I don't know why people gave him power. Because the only reason people know about him is because people gave him power. Like,
Yeah.
they kept doing
People
his
keep
interviews.
sitting on that damn couch.
Right.
And
He's
they
not
have
going
shit.
on that
They
damn
drop
couch.
searching the whole time.
With
He's
the
just
drum
like,
set in the back.
For real.
Keep going.
Stay on
Nigga
that
don't
damn
produce.
couch.
Stop sitting on that damn
Nigga
set.
not
Why
an
you got
artist.
drums?
Right.
Got symbols and
the
triangles and
fucking
shit.
joke.
Black-
Ta-dum.
Black-
Somebody need more cowbell. No, you need to get the hell out of here, fam.
Vlad got some things on him. And Vlad got some things on him. I don't want to get too deep into. It's almost on the.
We don't even need to give him that much time,
It's almost
bro.
on the crutches of
Too
Me
much
Too.
airtime.
In the biggest crutches of Me Too. And yeah, I hope he can get out of that.
Like I said, stop sitting on that couch. Couch got
We gotta-
stains on it.
Nigga, listen.
All black lights
But
aside.
DL, man, there's a point I really did like DL Hugley.
Me
I
too.
really did.
Yeah.
But that he showed his ass completely.
I feel like we always get that one black man as he gets older, his thoughts and his
caught that nigga senile.
Start
Hey,
getting a
yo.
little erratic and be like, I used to really mess with you, but bruh,
no.
Right.
I don't know if you always felt this way, but I need you to stop.
It's just a point of with everything, we gotta sit there and just take people away from the shit and just look at it and go, what is better for us moving forward? Right. And I just feel like, none of them, the four of them, Trump, Pence, Biden, Harris, none of them have anybody. I already told you.
We ain't gonna talk about Pence.
We not.
So focused on Trump and impeaching and all that stuff. Man, listen. Yeah. Pence is the embodiment of the devil himself. So y'all go ahead and let him get in there.
And this is, and I'm going to say this
is why
that man is the Antichrist. I don't care what you say.
His contract, us black people just getting the fuck up and leaving. I would prefer to leave. I would prefer for all the black folks to just get up and leave.
Right now,
no,
not right now.
It's not so great over where you think you want to go.
But you know what? My thing is, I focus. Getting up and leaving. Shit, you brought me over here and I built this motherfucker. Why I gotta leave?
Or they should leave.
You don't leave. We can't even organize to be okay here.
Like,
what are we gonna do somewhere else?
And part of this, you know what?
And low key, they don't even like us over there.
And just for a fact check, that's why Lincoln freed the slaves. I just want people to stop letting their children say, and for black folk to stop getting over there and saying, giving Lincoln credit for freeing the slaves, because he did not do that for your benefit. The hope is for you to get the fuck out, but you didn't do it.
It was a power move,
and here came police reform on your ass.
Nobody knew that.
Yep.
There's a lot of people that do not know that.
No, people legit
they
believe
do
that
not know that.
But that's
they
because
will
that's
literally
what they
say that in a public
If
setting
I didn't
feel proud for saying it.
If I didn't have to come back and finish this, I would have got the fuck up and left. Are you? Never mind.
There's a lot of people.
There are people that really believe that, and they teach you.
I forgot.
Thank you. That's what they believe. What they were taught in school.
That's the problem. Yeah, them history books are written by.
All of those books are written by people who don't know what the fuck they talking about. It's all misinformation of things that people is only word of mouth shit, and they writing it down and they changing the narrative of shit.
They know what they talking about. They just know what they want you to believe.
Bro, Google,
and that's why they write it.
Google, you have a smartphone.
They know what they talking about. That's why it's written
listen,
that way.
I listen to my grandfather about the real shit. I don't listen to all this.
There was a tweet that said slavery had to be 100 times worse than what the fuck we actually think. Y'all have wait.
That itself pissed me off. How you not know that?
No. And they weren't saying it for that reason. They were saying, y'all gotta understand why we had to be home when the street lights came on. Y'all gotta understand why our grandparents feel the way they feel. Y'all have to understand. Y'all just thinking, oh, they want to control me. Do y'all know why they do the thing? Why they said the things that they said? I'm like, y'all really think that old people just really wanted us home when the street lights came on because they wanted to have control over us? Do y'all realize there were no fucking street lights back then?
Once the sun get down, you ain't
in the dirt.
They playing in the funeral, or they know that.
Or they not fonding you.
Exactly.
Y'all too stupid to fucking comprehend that.
You know what it is too? Like, I'm not even gonna go as far as to say stupid. I'm gonna go too far as to say they don't really know, because a lot of times,
to the facts.
A lot of times, because we have so many pressures on us, we have to work, we have to provide, we have to do this, we have to do this. Sometimes you don't have the time to educate the way you would want your child to be educated. So because of what we go through, we do rely on the schools to educate our children. And I'm not going to call it as a form of negligence, because I'm a parent, and yes, my kids do have a 2-parent household, but it's still tiring. There's some times where I'm really tired. There's some times I just can't. You know what I'm saying? So when you send your child to school, you have to send them with the trust that, you know, they are going to educate. So like I said, I don't really want to get too angry about people not knowing, because guess what? There are some things that your grandparents taught you, but they were absolutely wrong. And you know why they were absolutely wrong? Because they weren't taught. And you know why they couldn't be taught? Because they weren't allowed to read and they weren't allowed to write. So whatever somebody told them or whatever past experience somebody else had, they had to go based off of that because they didn't know.
But you hear what you just said, though. Around that time, these are what they had to do. But once you got to a generation to where you don't have to listen and he says, she's saying there's books placed in front of you, you should take that opportunity.
Right. You're absolutely right. But
you got to take that opportunity.
But even the books are lies.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And that's when it comes into play where you learn at home first.
Your smartphone is man created. Your smartphone contains the same history. Do you know how many people that are of nature to where they want to educate? Do you know how many people get paid to actually block these people?
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Do you know how much money is invested into cyber security to block what these people really want to educate about?
That's true, because I looked up Daniel Cameron. You know he had 2 wives? You can't find what that first wife looked like, who is now asking for armed security because he don't feel safe. Well, guess what? Breonna Taylor was in her house. She wasn't safe. But I digress.
It's hard. It's really hard. So I don't want to get too angry about someone not knowing. And we don't get anywhere as a people being angry because somebody does not know.
They didn't know better.
They didn't know better.
They're guilty of that. The same way anybody else.
How many times you have to look at yourself? How many times somebody has told you not to do something because of X, Y, and Z, and you still did it? And you know what I'm saying?
That's because curiosity killed the cat.
Right,
That's just a human nature.
So my thing is, I can't fault the person from not knowing, but I can make an excuse for myself for knowing, and I still did whatever it is I wanted to do. So it's just hard. We 400 plus years behind. I mean, we gotta cut ourselves some slack sometime.
And we have a whole big resistance bungee cord on us trying to move forward.
It's really hard.
So I'll stand corrected. But it is upsetting when you're trying to grow
it is
as
upsetting.
a person,
I agree.
and you got so many generational curses and people pulling you back as what we were told is a crab in a barrel environment.
Yeah, but that's all systematic racism. Like, we all suffer from systematic racism, whether it's a lack of opportunity, because if you're born in a family that just got it, first of all, you're good your whole life.
Absolutely.
You don't need to be hungry. If you are, it's your fault. You know. But then they also pass generational wealth, right? The whole inheritance and generational knowledge.
Absolutely.
Here's the know. Here's what's going on in the world. And here's how we're fucking everybody over.
Exactly. And the rich get richer.
And the rich get richer.
Well, I send my son to school for him to question what they teach him.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Because the home is a school.
And you should. And you should.
That's because I know all that stuff in those books is not what it's supposed to be. Because every book in my house contradicted every story in that book. And I was that kid asking those questions like, no, that's not what happened. I knew about Columbus not discovering shit way before it became a thing.
Just the fact of the matter that there was people on America before he was on it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And you know, like...
You know, that's the silliest shit that they teach.
It's contradicting.
Not even fun. Like, it's the silliest.
It really is.
How can you discover something when you already told me that there was someone there?
But notice what grade they teach
How
that
the hell
at.
did you discover that?
Notice what grades they teach that at.
You literally just told me
Toddlers.
that they were Taino Indians.
They tell young
They
kids
tell them
all
that
over the
because
world,
how
and then
did
you tell me this
between the
man came from
ages
Spain
of
and he
1
discovered
and
that.
5, your child is absorbing all of this information.
Absolutely.
They become their own person at 5 years old. So
Right.
everything you do, say, put in front of them, and those beginning years is that child they're
take
molding
it.
into it.
Right.
So when
Right.
you send your kid to daycare, you send them to school, and then they giving them information about Christopher Columbus, they're gonna grasp it because one,
Exactly.
you're making it fun because this is something cool for them
You're
to learn about.
painting boats.
You're painting
Singing
exactly.
turkeys
on,
Putting them for the
songs.
holidays, you're showing the movies, you're
1940s,
programming.
he said the ocean
Education
blue.
has
I
always
wish
been
it
a
was
way
salt.
to program the masses.
That's
Always
right.
been a way to
You're
program
absolutely
the masses.
correct.
And it's
Yo.
our job, not just as African Americans or people, whatever, what have you. It is our
don't
job
understand this
to
education stuff,
re-educate
man.
our children the right way. Since all the knowledge is coming out now, since
Absolutely.
everything is being revealed to us now, we need to educate them now.
Especially because I
Absolutely.
was raised different, and I was that kid that was in the class. I used to get in trouble not because I was causing trouble, because I used to question my teacher.
Yep. I always
I was
do
raised
that.
that
And
way.
you
My
were met
mother
with
told
Because
me-
I played too much.
My
too,
mother
so.
told me don't you ever not ask a question.
That's
If
right.
you feel
I
like
teach
something is
Ace
being
the
told you
same
that's
thing.
not right,
That's
you
right.
ask why.
And
Why is
and
that?
for you and Teach to come from families like that, let me tell you something.
It's a blessing.
You were blessed. You
It's
know
a
why?
blessing.
Because so many of us come from families that teach you to stay in line,
Mm-hmm.
that teach you to stay in your lane, that teach you not to question because you ain't gonna do
Yep.
nothing but cause trouble for
Yep.
your family. X,
Yep.
Y, Z.
And that's a
They
fear
scared.
tactic
Yep.
that's been
Right.
embedded in them
Right.
since
Absolutely.
generation,
Right.
generation, and generation.
Right, so that goes back to
Absolutely.
say, let's be a little bit more lenient for those who
Yeah,
don't know.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
everybody wasn't blessed to come. And I always use this example. This is how you know. Go into a bank, right? Go into a bank at the busiest times and you see people in there with their kids, right? You got the white family over here. You got the black family over here. What the black kids doing? Sit down, don't touch nothing, don't ask for nothing, don't look for nothing. What the white kids doing? They playing with savings receipts. They playing with
They
deposits.
running around.
They already familiar with how the bank goes. And guess who? And guess who already?
exploring.
And guess who already familiar with these kids? The loan officers. Oh, because they gonna be there as your kids get older. Oh, that's so and so daughter from so and so. We come from good family. This is that and the third. What your kids do? Now
Sit
his
down,
mother used to
shut
have
up.
to yell at him all the time. They been doing this. They be doing. Don't know how to sit down. This, that, and the
Teach your
third.
children about wealth
People
now.
don't
Teach them how to
understand
save.
it.
They don't understand that,
Teach them
but
about
they don't understand it because that's what they was taught.
Yes,
Even for
absolutely.
me, for a personal level, on a work level, I'm only 31. But the way I carry myself at work, you would think I'm older.
Right,
Especially when you put me up against older people.
right,
It's not because I stick my chest out or I'm just that good.
right.
I've been doing this for a while.
I've been here before, bro.
Every place I've been in, I've had some type of leadership role, some type of supervisory role. Even when it came down to working summers with my parents, my father would leave the job site and leave me in charge. Make sure they do this, make sure they do that. If any issues, you call me.
You saw the big picture.
And let me tell
My
you
father
something.
would
That's
go
a
to
wonderful
meetings
thing.
and I'd be standing right there with him.
That
Whole
is
talking
beautiful.
contracts and
Right,
all.
but
I'm
you-
standing
but you-
right there with him. I've sat up at nights and I've helped my father type contracts. Do
You
numbers.
see there?
Right, but you see the difference in what he was presented though. You have other kids who have that same kind of feel where they learning everything from their parents, but they have to learn because it's for survival. You learning it because it's a skill for you and survival.
Right.
These kids is learning stuff just so they can get through the first 10 years after they done with their
And
parents.
it's messed up because you got some parents that are out here and they were like mine. They work for themselves. They got their businesses. But they don't care enough to even show their children what they do.
They don't
What
have the
is it that
patience.
you do that makes
I like
this
that
They
business
don't have
work?
patience.
They don't
I like that
They,
word.
they don't have the patience.
I like
And
that
that's
word.
sad because I'll be honest with you. Thinking back on it, my father really didn't go out of his way in those moments. It literally was just me standing there with him.
And then you ask him what's this, and he give you the breakdown. Tell
You
you
know,
what
or
it
even
is.
if I didn't ask, he might
And-
just say, "You know why I did such and such."
That's how you teach your
Nah,
kids.
not really. Why?
That's how your kids
You know?
learn. They learn through experience.
not
They learn through
always,
visualizing your parent
Hey, look
actually
at this,
doing it.
or do this, do that.
Right.
Sometimes you be
gotta
surprised
finesse.
how
You can
much
teach
a
without
child
actually
can
teaching
learn
them
just
well.
from being
Yeah.
in your presence.
Yep.
It's the
One
finesse.
thing you
Children pay
one
attention to
thing
everything.
you have over millions of African American women and men. One thing you have is that you had a father.
Absolutely.
Do you know how many people come from two-parent homes?
Bring it here.
Your father can be in that home, but he was not a father.
Exactly. He was there, but he
So
wasn't there.
one thing you were blessed with that you have over millions, and I don't know your father, but let him know
And
that
he's
I
still
have love for him
absentee.
and I respect him because he was able to produce a king. That is a skill. That is a blessing. That is taken for granted. It only
about it.
takes a man with a working penis to create a boy. But it takes a man
Listen now.
Right.
to
right.
raise a king.
Tell it again.
That is skill. That is patience. That is blood. That is sweat.
Even
That is
some
tears.
nurturing.
That is diligence. That is stepping up when mama is tired. Boy, get in here. Let me talk to you. Do you know how many mothers are worn down because they did something that they were not designed to do, and that's raise a man.
And I hate that narrative. I don't need a man.
Oh,
I
child.
could raise my son.
I
No,
hate it
the
too.
fuck, you can't.
I hate
How
it
about
too.
when the Father's Day come? and you see the post with the
That shit makes my ass itch.
Happy Father's
Happy Father's Day to my mother.
Wait now.
Right.
Let me speak on this. Let me speak on that little aspect. I was one of those before, because y'all know Ace been my Ace Spoon coon since he came out the womb.
Speak on your growth, sis.
Listen,
Speak on your growth. That's growth.
That's baby boy. Feel me?
I
Speak on your growth.
And I was like that, and that's how I was moving. Feel me?
Speak on your growth.
I am mommy. I am daddy. I literally am mommy and daddy.
Speak
I am the
growth.
thug that Ace need when shit need to get. I'm Louis
However,
Paul. I know hygiene. I show him how to. My son is cooking. My son is clean. My son takes care of himself. I cannot show him how to be a man. I know I cannot. But I can show him what it is to build up to be that man. That's my only job. His father lacking in that is men in my family that can take that place and show him and be that role model.
Absolutely.
My fiance, he is that role model. I give him that. I know I can't teach him to be a man, but I am mommy and daddy, and I'll forever say that.
But you teach him what you're supposed to teach him, though.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I teach him what I'm supposed to teach him. Now, I am not one of those females that'll keep my child away from his father. I don't keep him away.
Oh, no, hell no.
He decides to do that. My son, when he get older, he'll understand he can make his own decision whether he want to be in his father's life or not. That's what those women need to understand. Mm-hmm. That's what they need to understand.
But see,
they don't get it.
But there's also
you can't force a man to be
on.
a parent, even though that man decides to shoot up in you. Y'all both are in charge of your reproductive organs. Ain't no way in hell no man gonna tell me that he don't want to have no fucking kid, and my silly ass still have a kid with his ass, knowing he ain't gonna fucking be there, and then say I'm gonna take care of the baby by myself. You's a dumb bitch. You's a dumb bitch.
Oh shit, I was a dumb bitch.
I said I was a dumb bitch.
Because I did
I
it.
said I was a dumb bitch.
And look, I done did some dumb shit, but guess what?
Growth.
At the end of the day,
growth.
look,
that you touched
transparent
on,
moment. Because I ain't, like my grandmother said, you ain't the first,
you ain't
the
last.
only,
Yep.
and you ain't gonna be,
you
ain't gonna be the last. Because guess what? My testimony, I did what I had to do. And I always said, whether you hear or not, it is what it is. And my grandmother said to me, period. I said, I think everybody wanted my father. You getting an abortion. You doing this. I'm kicking you off the insurance. My grandmother said straight like this. I will help you take care of that boy until my last breath. But if you have an abortion, I will never forgive you. Trey is how old? And up until January 13, 2014, her last breath, I was holding her hand when she took it. She made sure my son was good. Until this day, I'm still doing what I gotta do. Regardless of who does what. Period. Because whether somebody, it ain't got nothing to do with a father, it ain't got nothing to do with a grandparent. And this is for both of my kids. And this is for my family, their families, or whatever. My kids gotta eat. My kids gotta have, and I'm the one that because I'm their mother.
I can't wait
don't
on
matter
nobody
what
to bust
else
no
do.
moves.
Right.
I gotta make sure. Period. So
that's
I gotta
why women
make
are so independent, because that's what we gotta be. Look at what you leave us with. You come, you leave your seed, you bounce. That's not how the world was supposed to be.
Right.
That's not what you were supposed to do.
Right.
You're supposed to lay with one woman, one man, that's it.
Right.
And you reproduce and it keeps going.
Right.
You make a lineage. That's what you're supposed to do.
But
Right.
we didn't.
But when we don't have that aspect, this is what you get.
Right.
You get women who is like, by any means necessary. I don't give a fuck if you there or not. I'ma do it.
But at the same time, I had to learn, and you gotta grow.
I can't always do it.
And, right? Because that shit sounded good.
I can't always do it.
You will learn.
You gonna learn.
You will learn.
And I learned.
And I'm proud of you for your growth.
Thank you. Because
And
I
guess
was one
what?
of them. I changed.
That stress
The
kill,
only
baby. I
reason
can't do this shit by
The only
myself.
reason why for somebody like me to feel like that, it has nothing to do with anything y'all just said. I commend y'all for that. Because I got women in my family that done it the same exact way. And I would never take nothing away from them. But as a man, you have to know that there are certain things that your son has to see you
Come on
do,
now.
has to hear you say.
Come on now. Come
in
on
order
now.
for him to really truly understand what it is that you're instilling.
Come
in
on
him.
now.
How to
And as
look
a
a man in the
female,
eye. How to
Come
tie
on
his
now.
eye.
Do that.
What else?
Like a handshake.
It's-
How to
it's-
have a proper
yesterday.
interview
It,
for a job.
it honestly pains me to say it because you do have some women out here who are absolute superwoman to their son.
Tell it.
However, there are things that you just can't teach
can't.
them boys.
Right.
And that's when they get
You
sent
can't
out
sit-
in the world
You
and they
can't
do
sit there and
deflective
take a boy
shit
to a
and they fuck
business
up.
meeting and show him hey, eye contact,
And
firm
then-
handshake. If he didn't give you a firm handshake, it's something shaky.
Right.
Watch
This
exactly.
is how you
Right.
feel him out.
And I need
My
It's
to
grandfather
certain
taught me
things
shit
that-
like that. I'm a girl. My grandfather teaching me shit like that.
and I need to add to that because let me not forget that it takes a man to raise a woman as well.
Absolutely, to show that woman
We
how to
don't
be
realize
loved.
that, and this is my whole thing. Let me tell you something.
Please.
We were designed to be the helpmate. We were not designed to be the head of the household. We were not designed to be the disciplinarian. That's not what we were designed to help. Okay? Let me tell you something. A woman, your daughter, your sister, your aunt, she needs a man just as much as the brother, as the uncle.
Absolutely.
You know why? Because I don't know how a man should treat me
Man, listen.
unless my father shows me how a man should treat me. My mother can't teach me that. You know why? Because my mother gonna teach me off a personal experience, but my father gonna show me. And you know how he gonna show me? He gonna show me about how he love my mother. He gonna show me how he love his mother. He gonna show me
if
how
a
he
man
love
treat
his
his mother
sister.
like shit,
He
he
gonna
ain't gonna
show
treat
me
you
how he
right.
love his niece.
Absolutely.
There we go.
When men, and I can only speak on African American men because I am African American.
Absolutely.
When African American men learn to take their place, okay? The world is like Monopoly, and the board is on the back of the African American man because the white man put it there. All you have to do is stand up and flip the board over and it's game over.
That's it.
The power of the African American man is so strong that they would do anything
To diminish
to
it.
diminish you. They tore your household when they created welfare and told
Section
your
8.
mama, daddy better not be here when you get home. So daddy got used to going down the block and staying down at Miss George and them. And you know what? He started looking at Miss George's daughter.
Or
Now
me
you-
and Mrs.
now you got
or
sisters
me and
down-
Mrs.
Now you got
Jones.
sisters and cousins down the block.
Because me and Mrs. Jones got a thing going on.
Child, that Mrs. Jones.
Yeah. Because what they say, oh, you know, long as he taking care of home, it's all right. No, the fuck it's not. Because
That's
you
not
come up
his
in this
home,
motherfucker at 5 o'clock in the morning. Click, clack, it's on. Fuck that.
It's growth. It is growth. Let me tell you something. I was too that independent woman, and you know why I was that independent woman? I'm going to take my place and take my responsibility because I put myself in that position.
Exactly.
You know why I put myself in that position? Because I swore up and down I was in love. And I
Hello.
swore up and down that this man loved me.
But if my daddy would have showed me better,
Shut, don't. Woo!
don't-
Girl, don't
don't-
make me
daddy,
shake
don't-
now.
don't.
if my daddy
Daddy
would have showed me better,
But you know what? It's cool because that's what he did show me. What
I
not
don't
to
want.
tolerate.
hello.
But I tolerated
But
it,
it's
so I
sad.
can't say he ain't show me that
I mean, he
because I wouldn't have
showed
been a
me.
baby mama.
He showed me now, but I ain't saying
That's the part.
listen.
Why do it gotta be like that?
Wait,
What?
what?
That's the fucked up part.
What,
Why does
baby
it
mama?
have to be like? No, why does it have to be?
What I don't tolerate.
Exactly.
But you know what? Unfortunately, at 31, in order for me to grow, I have to move on. Because if I don't, I'm going to be bitter.
Yeah.
Why should it come to that? Though?
Because that's-
the damn
Can
problem.
you elaborate for more? Why you saying why? Why does it have to come to what?
Why does it have to come to a point where instead of looking for love or looking for companionship in the correct ways, you go for what you don't want?
But what's the correct
You
way?
look for the things that you don't want to tolerate, the things that you don't want your man to do. Like, oh no, I don't want this, I don't want that. What about what you do want?
Because in finding what I don't want, I know what I do want.
But why does it take for you to find what you don't want? That's my thing. Why shouldn't you already have an idea in your head?
You want to be sure
This
that
is
you really
what-
don't like that
This
shit.
is what I want my man to be.
Because
I
from
want
a-
him to be well spoken. I want him to have a sense
but
of
you
urgency.
should
I
know
want
some of
him
those
to
things
be-
ahead of time before you start talking to this man.
Well,
anyway.
Exactly.
How
So
gonna have
if
an
you know
impression
those
of him already?
things, why do you put up with the nigga that don't do those things off the rip?
What
Why
you
you
think,
still
Charles?
there? Why you still there? there?
You trying to like sing something?
Oh,
Why are you still there?
Because-
If you knew that from the jump, why'd you put up with his ass in the first place?
I'm gonna speak to you honestly.
that was
I'm gonna
Honestly.
and you
People
and you
be
know
like that
honest
in the
question.
beginning.
And
They
you-
don't show
and you-
that.
you-
It's an honest question.
you
'cause
know
I have a
why?
daughter, and I go out of my way to let that little girl know
Women
you
love
are
toxicity.
beautiful.
No, play.
I thought you were gonna say
I'm
women
gonna
like
speak
tacos.
to you honestly, and
That
I'm gonna
too.
tell you why I can speak to you honestly because I done been the baby mother and I'm the wife.
Yes.
Okay, so I can speak to you honestly. I stayed. You know why? Because I put more of myself into what I wanted you to be before I knew what I wanted. I didn't know.
Okay.
And
So
that's
you
just
was working
that's
based off the potential.
that was just
Which all
honest.
women do.
That was honest speaking.
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? I fell in love with the image of you
idea.
physically
But-
first, right? Because that's what gotta attract. That's what gotta get me to you. Because
Right.
I like the way you look, right?
Right.
I fell so in love with what I liked on the outside, and maybe we started having sex and stuff, and the sex was good, so I fell in love with that
That's
too.
another chemical
I fell in
being
love with
put out.
that too, right? And I let that be the core of my extension of myself to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't know me before I let you have me. So I didn't know what I wanted, but I only knew what I didn't like when you did it. I didn't know what I didn't like before.
Right.
I only knew what I didn't like because you did it.
You had no clue.
I
of
had
what it was
no
before.
clue.
You can't show your disdain for something unless.
And guess
you
what? I didn't
experience
even know you did something I didn't like until you did it. But because I didn't know me, what you did, right, was either not enough or it was enough to keep me.
Yep.
That's just like marriage. My husband ain't perfect. He do so much stuff that get on my nerves. But what keeps me is the fact that he does what I need. He fills my spirit. What I lack because I didn't know about myself, he reminds me. And he instills it in me.
And what's the key word is need. A lot of people want. So
Right.
It's a
They
problem.
confuse
It's a
needs and
problem.
wants.
Yeah, that need and want.
It's a
thing is
problem.
dangerous
Come
soul.
on now. You 16, 17, 18, 19 years old. Come on now.
You don't know
What do
shit.
you
You
need?
know.
You don't know what you need.
What you need?
Because what my grandmother used to say, don't let your wants hurt you.
Right.
And that's my wants hurt a whole lot.
Dang, it ain't just yours.
That's why I wanted to do what she said. I didn't know what I needed back. I know what I didn't want because of what I seen in the household.
Right.
I knew all of those things, but all of those things I saw were the only things I was used to.
Right. So
So it
when
made me
things came
comfortable.
that you wasn't comfortable with and didn't know how to react to it, you were more accepting because it's like, okay, well, maybe this is what's supposed to happen.
Right.
And you didn't know you ain't like that shit until after
After
it
the
was
fact.
done.
Right. Look at an abuser. He smack his wife around. Go talk to his daddy. Go talk to his mama.
He had to see it.
From somewhere.
Where you seen that from?
And it could go either way. Either you could have a boy that grew up in the house and saw his mother getting abused, and
Right.
he could be abusive, or it could be
Or
a
the
little
woman.
girl in that house and she let somebody abuse her because she think that's what's
That's how it's
supposed
Or
to
supposed to
if
go.
he see
Or-
it and he be like,
or-
nah, I
or-
can't. I
Or the
can't
woman
do that.
laying the smack down.
Man, listen, because there's some heavy-handed females out here, boy.
Or in R.
Punching
Kelly-
your
or-
face in a
or
heartbeat.
R.
Yep, my
Kelly-
grandfather
or-
raised Floyd. I don't know
Or
what the fuck
R.
you talking
Kelly's
about.
case, his big sister.
Right.
Listen,
Yeah,
Right.
some shit like that. Yeah, that's some
Right.
wild shit.
It's just a
Lord.
constant circle of toxicity and just
And it's
Bad
all learned
habits.
behavior.
Learned behavior.
And it's
Learned
hard
behavior.
to break any of
It's
these
just
things
cycles
because
that's
it's
hard to
something
break.
that just kept going.
It's a generational
and we
curse.
can't
And it
see anything
sucks.
other than that because we've
It
never
really
had those
sucks.
instances to be in something other than that.
really sucks.
We don't know
Like,
how to
I
react to
honestly
those
feel
moments.
like sometimes I tell my baby too much how beautiful she is.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm
beautiful.
saying? Like, God's honest truth. Like, I told her about 3 times this morning before I left out the door.
That's
like,
beautiful.
That's good.
Like, even when I talk to her sometimes, like, come here, my beautiful princess. What's up?
And you see, we need more things
Like, I
like
can't
that.
help
Right.
it because
Absolutely.
I don't.
Because a lot of these little girls have image problems, and I had an
Not
image problem
only that,
growing up. My
but you
grandfather
realize- you
my
realize,
grandfather
like,
never said
being-
beautiful or pretty to me until I was probably like 26.
You realize
Still
as an
haven't heard
adult when you're a
Live
person
with.
who's aware of what's going on around them, male or female, you realize subtle things about people. And the one thing I've noticed about females, especially being in different relationships and just having friendships and stuff like that, a lot of you black queens don't know how beautiful you are.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Because the
I'm a
only
hot cup of
time
motherfucking
I've
soup.
seen that.
the only time you were told is when somebody was trying to get
I love
something
her so
from
much.
you.
Or you about to give him some ass.
The
And
only
right
time
before that
you was
moment.
told how beautiful you are, what you do that makes them tick, was when they was trying to get something from you. And when it didn't go their way, instantly
was a
it was
bitch.
taken back.
Yep.
You ugly bitch.
Yep.
You black bitch. This bitch this. Like,
But
why?
they'll lick a white woman's plate, though. I'll tell you that much.
Clean. Every time.
This shit got no seasoning in it. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
They want the water.
You want to survive,
Charles.
fool.
You want the damn water.
I'm in the fucking
I don't want boiled chicken, nigga. What the fuck out of
That's
here?
why I don't never talk to your ass seriously, because you say shit like that.
Plate.
What's wrong with you, boy?
Giving me condensation
What's wrong
on
with
this
you?
plate. I don't
Over here
want
talking
it.
about pink chicken meat with no seasoning
You know why
on
you
it.
put
Cause
my
they
fucking microwave
Arbys,
chicken? What the
bruh.
fuck?
Oh my god.
We got the meats.
Not the meats
For
now.
real.
You got the meats, no seasoning.
Sidebar, I made my baby stop singing that commercial. She just running around the house talking about Arbys, we got the meat. I said, hey,
Yo, instant
Who got the
is so
meat?
funny.
Yo,
Sit down.
is that the voice of Bob's Burgers?
Yo,
Because
I
why
don't
does he
know.
sound like Bob's Burgers to me?
I thought it was Ving Rhames.
I thought it was
That's Ving
Ving
Rhames.
Rhames.
That's Ving Rhames.
Yo,
That's Holiday Heart up there talking about we got the meat.
Wait, time out.
Those Arbys.
Now, yo, Ving Rhames, I love Ving Rhames.
I bet you do.
But sidebar,
Ving Rhames up there talking about Arbys, we got the meat.
Yeah.
I bet you do, you back bastard. Shut up. You ain't getting
But
enough of the
wait.
meets and Holiday Heart? What's wrong
Ving
with you?
Oh my goodness.
Yo,
wanted to get,
For
I got
real.
the bite.
Get out of here.
I'm pretty sure I just said that backwards.
oh my
What
God.
was I about? Oh, so what
You love
happened
Ving
with
Rhames.
that whole shit with Juicy J?
what?
Remember, he said, "I think I just heard a snippet of a 3-6 Mafia song in
Yeah, in the Arby's
in
commercial.
the Arby's commercial." And he was
Like,
like,
he about to sue them or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
I tried.
I just,
"I don't know.
Like
It was
a
a
little
post and delete."
something.
I
Yeah.
didn't, yo, I just faintly heard, yeah, ho. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Whoa,
In
whoa.
the dun-dun-dun.
Come on,
So I don't
Faintly
know.
heard it,
Yup.
and I was like,
What?
oh.
And yeah, real quick.
For
Y'all
real?
hearing no more after
Yeah,
that. Mhm.
and it was
Sure.
Alright,
it was
you
a
heard
post and delete. So I don't know.
I heard it. I was like, oh.
I don't know, and I haven't seen no Arby's commercials since then.
Yeah.
Was he joking?
I
No.
haven't. It's been
No,
more
he
Arby's commercials,
wasn't.
But I haven't heard that after that time.
That's what I'm saying.
They
I haven't.
definitely
Yeah,
switched the
the
commercials
commercial was
because that
chopped. It's way
particular
different.
one I have not heard in a while.
Well, thank y'all
yeah.
for my YouTube activity tonight.
For real,
Because I'm
'cause
sure
I'm about
gonna
to
look
put
that
both earbuds
up.
on
I
for that
never
one.
knew
I
that.
need
No,
to hear
you were
this.
right almost at the end. And I was like, I
Yeah,
heard
it's right
it.
before they
I
have the
was
meat
like,
part.
Wait
It's right
before the beat
that.
drop.
Yeah, it's right before that. It's
Yeah.
done, done, done. Yeah,
I
ho.
was like, I heard that.
Yo,
Oh.
right? Stupid.
Wait, no.
Yo, when you eat a Popeyes biscuit with no drink, and he got a Popeyes biscuit over Ving Rhames' head when he got Tyrese in the headlock and Baby Boy.
Hey, yo.
Oh,
You say, call for your mother. Go ahead, call.
he like, go ahead, call for your mother.
He did call for his mama, too.
He licked Tyrese's bald head, and right
Yeah,
at that moment, I was like,
Oh.
I wish that was him because I wanted to do that shit
Listen,
too.
listen.
Girl.
Do you understand
Greasy.
how different you gotta be to put your hands on a man and still have the mentality
To
in
lick his bald
that
head.
not only am I gonna embarrass you by putting my hands on you,
I'm gonna lick your head.
I'm gonna make
head.
you feel less than a man by doing something outlandish. Oh, if I have
Nothing's worse than
Lick
the
your
ass
head.
whooping this nigga receipt
What?
out in the motherfucker. He got someone put their fingers up his
Nigga,
ass.
first
Yo,
of
that
all,
video, I tagged you in it
Yo,
on
you
Twitter.
me up
somebody
and
gotta
put your-
die.
Yo, he.
Somebody gotta die.
Wait,
I
what?
tagged you in it on
Hands
Twitter.
Child, now you know you gotta send it
Somebody
to my
gotta
message
die.
now.
He pulled that man pants down.
They
and stuck
pulled that
it
in
in
his,
his
and
ass.
he kept sticking his finger in.
Ooh.
Girl, let me
Yo,
put
it was beating his ass, and then all of a sudden, nigga pulled his pants.
Somebody
Down.
gotta die.
I was like,
Let me-
yo,
I
first
think
of
violate
all,
I
you
would
like
have came
that.
back
my
spraying.
response
Everybody
to
ready.
that was just first
No.
of all,
Oh,
Sis,
I
I
got
got
everybody.
I tagged you in it on Twitter.
I gotta go on my Twitter now. You know I don't.
Sis, I tagged you
That
in it
thing
on
was
Twitter.
all over the place, too.
all right, until
First of
she
all-
finds that video on Twitter, I had some stories because
Story time.
story time. Oh man, in the party,
Here we go.
in our party chat, we tend to go over a lot of ideas for all different sides from subjects and all types of other things. But you know what? It's a subject that I have not shared. She saw the finger.
She saw the booty. She saw the booty finagle.
We had perfect.
But he kept doing it though.
This was premeditated. Like, you said this.
Two
know, y'all gonna jump him at some point. I'm gonna put my finger in his ass. Like, that was premeditated. That wasn't no random occurrence. You don't randomly put your finger in the crevice of somebody else.
You don't violate anybody.
That's not something you just accidentally do.
So
you wasn't like trying to push him or like trying to grab his pants or something. He's like, yeah, pants down. Yeah, I'm a finger.
And then he pulled his fingers down, got mad that his boxes didn't come down with it.
He was tight.
Pulled those down. Did you lift
on that man pants
the fucking
and put his fingers in his butt?
But he had perfect aim. Like, he didn't miss.
He knew the anus was in that region.
This is not the first booty he's tickled.
No, right. That's what I'm
He
thinking.
is an habitual booty tickler.
That's what I'm thinking.
You ain't with your fingers
He is a
first,
BT.
though.
He is a booty tickler.
A booty tickler. A habitual
HBC.
booty
A habitual
Wait,
booty tickler.
hold on.
You hear me? He is a pro at this. He
Exactly.
do this.
He ain't miss.
You hear me?
He don't miss.
He don't
It
miss.
says he don't
That nigga's
miss.
the evil eye of the booty eye.
Perfect. Bow. Right in the ass.
Let me see you.
Whole lot of fingers in your ass.
Bow, bow, bow.
Bow. Whole lot of fingers in your ass. That's the remix. He is him. He is him. He is a habitual booty tickler. You heard me?
No.
That is not normal.
That's it. The party done.
That's
They
not a
come
normal
in.
thing you do in a
Even when
fight.
the police pull, they gotta like trig and ain't. Nah, he pulled and just what?
Just went right for it. Bow.
Damn.
First of all, we need to find out where town this was, because it's probably a string of booty bandit rape.
Like that.
all
Like he
fucks
just out
aside.
here giving a whole
All the
process
fucks
exams.
aside. Like, here's the
Like-
bag of fucks. Here you go. Hold my shit.
Like,
Like-
bruh.
Yo.
What? Wait.
So go ahead, you punch him in the face. I'm gonna give him a prostate. Huh. Like, what?
Oh,
Wait.
What? What?
Colonoscopy, nigga.
Wait. Wait.
Hope you ain't eating nothing today. Good. What the fuck? What are we doing here, people? Like, you dead ass, no pun intended. You dead ass.
Hey, yo.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
With a booty.
I'm sorry.
For real, like, no pun intended.
somebody
You dead ass,
inside.
fam. That's what we doing.
And
Okay.
this is, and speaking
When
of
niggas fight, you that guy.
Wow.
You got the friend that's gonna punch him, the friend that's gonna kick him.
And then the one that's gonna tickle his
I'ma
ass.
tickle his booty.
Don't let
I'ma
me bring my
tickle his
friend to
booty.
tickle your ass.
I didn't
You
do
keep
so.
punch him in the face. I need him
But
distracted
wait.
when I tickle his ass.
I done did
Y'all
some
got
wild
tears
shit.
coming out my eyes.
Wait.
Man, listen.
Wait.
Get out of here, you booty bandit. You're probably a glizzy glazer, too. Fuck out of here.
For the record, while everybody's getting their lives together, because we do have to say this, everybody is okay if you want to stick fingers in whatever. But
Yeah.
that
You
shit,
don't stick booties in
that
holes
shit,
in
but
in
that
the middle
shit
of a
was
fight.
not. No,
In the middle of a
listen.
fight.
But that
In the
shit
middle of
not
a
for nothing. In the middle of a fight, that was some violating shit.
I gotta
He need
shoot
to be
you.
charged for that shit.
I ain't
I
gonna
need
lie.
to-
Nah, he
That's
gotta
not
get
even,
charged.
that's
Nah,
not even
rape.
savage. That's the devil.
That's nah. He gotta go.
That's rape.
That is the devil. That was sodomy.
Can we call
And-
Olivia? That's rape. We
and
need
I- and-
SVU.
and
That was
That was
sodomy.
rape.
That was it.
And I
That was
said-
sodomy.
That was
Caught on
sodomy.
camera.
It was.
And then I said what I said. I see if everybody says six fingers of my ass, I'm taking this right now. I'm taking this finger to put in his eye. He's like the most wildest
Bruh.
fucking pink eye he ever seen.
Nigga, you gonna take it?
You win stupid prizes. That's how you work.
Yeah, that was.
Could you imagine, like, you know how, like, you get
Nobody
into a
should
fight
be
with your
trying that
homies?
shit in the middle of a fight.
You know how, like, you get
Yeah,
into a fight with your homies and everybody sitting there talking about it later on, like, yeah, when you was hitting them, I was behind, like, bop, 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 bop. It's like, yeah, when you was tagging him, I was fingering his ass, like, like, yo.
Yeah, because at that point, I would have been like,
Everybody looking at
hey,
you
yo,
like,
my
what?
nigga, like, what?
You did what?
You did what?
I thought you was punching him in the back. He's like, nah, bro, I had my fingers in his ass.
Yeah, at that point, I'd have been like, shorty in the park with the shades on, 911.
Like, remember-
I have a side of this.
Remember you punched him in the chin twice? Yeah. When he leaned over, I
He
pulled
was
his pants down.
unconscious and he
I was
didn't
like,
wake
ooh,
up.
opportunity. Bow, finish. Yeah. Got you, bitch.
Nah, he done got the people pole.
Yo,
Gotcha, bitch.
Speaking of a whole lot, speaking of a story, oh my god.
Oh my god.
That shit is funny.
Oh my
So, for anybody who doesn't know, I am a gamer. I came with a whole bunch of other people of different lives. And, you know, some things that's very criminal. But,
The fuck, black monkey?
Stop it, criminal.
and you know, I've been friends with a certain amount of people for a certain amount of years. And, you know, if y'all know Facts, he's my other podcast part from back in the day and the artist.
Shout out to Lot Chief.
We are both eat a booty enthusiasts.
For those of you that don't know what that means at
Yeah,
home, that means he eat ass. ladies.
Exactly.
Okay.
We really do talk about this shit.
Put that thing on a plate.
First of
You
all,
feel me?
for him, it's different.
They
He's
eat
married.
ass out here,
It's
y'all.
different.
Yes, Lachi is very much
He's
married.
married.
Yes, that man is married.
And he didn't get into that really deeply until he got into marriage.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm glad
Shout
you
out to
waited
his
till-
wife.
That means he's not
Niggas
looking
just
on
out
random
here
booty
eating
hole.
bitches'
And that-
asses
and that's
for
what-
fun.
and that's
It's
why-
niggas that happen to DM and they start off with that.
And
You know how
that's
you
why-
get
Let me
ass,
eat your
right?
booty. I know you never had your
Hello,
Gucci
my name is
bitch.
Shonda. The fuck?
Right.
Right?
No,
I like long walks in the park.
no. For
My
me,
favorite
it's
color is blue.
blocked.
I'm intrigued by the story, by the way.
She's like, ooh, eat a booty. Go ahead, continue.
So we have some friends. We like to. We fuck around. We play with everybody because you know.
You play with everybody's booties, huh?
Not with that.
Child, not
with
everybody
that.
booty now.
It's not community. It's not a community.
It's jokes. It's jokes.
Uh-huh.
It's not nothing
booty
physical.
tickles.
Okay.
Nothing physical.
He a
So
bottom feeder.
quick.
Hashtag make this thing.
So, a lot of men, you know, there's some men in the world that don't like to eat pussy, and they don't like to, and they don't like to do things. They don't like to reciprocate. Like to get the head, they don't like to reciprocate.
Okay.
That's a problem.
Yes, that is
That's
a
a problem.
problem.
Yes.
Because
Stop being
I've
selfish.
learned from great people in my life to say reciprocation is the best form.
Yes,
of
it is.
Lauren said it.
There's only one number you need to know.
Reciprocity.
If she's sucking your dick, you ain't eating a vagina. Like, that's kind of.
There's only one.
There's no balance here.
It's childish.
If you
Grow
can't,
your ass up.
if you can't count the
Hey,
no
look
other
at the
number,
camera.
you better count the 69. Goddammit.
Hello?
Hello.
Because ain't no
Wow.
68. You do me and I owe you one because your ass
So-
will die.
Not die.
Not
So
owe
this
you
was,
one.
let's just say, 4 years
Caught on to
ago.
that
Uh-huh.
math.
Let's just say,
Now IOUs.
let's just say 4 years ago.
Oh, your dollar.
We was talking about eating ass amongst the friends, and of course they all had the you know the response of, oh, you eat ass, you eat shit, you butt. All types of us. I like first and
You
foremost.
fucking with a nasty motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
My goodness.
You got doodle on your teeth.
Crumbs is in, bitch. I don't know about you, but
I
my
have to
crumbs
look
is
at them
in.
like,
Word.
yo,
I don't get this much
He got on
ass.
the camera a lot.
much,
They're like, you got chocolate in your face.
fun.
Like, let's do it, baby.
Chocolate boy.
Let's do it, baby.
Y'all made my week.
I told you was going to have fun.
My
Hey,
conversation's
Chuck,
gonna be this
chocolate over
live.
there. That's not chocolate. That's doodoo, baby. I'm sorry.
Goodness.
I'm gonna clean my face.
And I'm first of all, I don't know mine like.
Baby, hand me that
First and
napkin over
foremost,
there.
if that's the question you have to ask me, then your girl ain't cleaning her ass.
At all.
Well, that's
He
true.
must be smelling pennies and depression down there when you go.
Oh,
It
not
smell like
depression.
it smell like Black and Miles battery acid and
Oh
sorrow.
my god.
Damn.
Oh,
And
shit.
doo-doo.
And sorrow.
Straight sorrow
I'm like, first
with
of
a
all,
little hint of regret.
when you're doing shit like that, you gotta be clean and be doing that shit. Cause
Yeah, you can't just be eating
But
booty
what's
holes.
Understood shouldn't have to be said.
Yeah,
Right.
You
but
be
you know,
surprised.
it's men, damn it. You're talking to other men who
You
are
be
macho as
surprised.
fuck.
Okay.
And they act like they're above doing certain things.
Okay.
Now, let's flash forward to 2020.
Oh yeah.
Everybody eating ass. Kevin Gates just said it. Everybody.
Even Gabrielle
Hey.
Union's nasty ass done ate ass. You nasty
Man.
bitch.
No.
Alright, that nigga.
How dare you put that man's ass in or around your mouth?
For the record, it's nothing
Turn him
wrong
out.
There's nothing
with
wrong.
anybody
That's why you
getting
walk
their
around here with
ass
color
It's
eaten.
in
nothing
now.
wrong, but if my
These
man
are
asks me to
stories.
put my face in his ass, I'm a donkey punch the shit out of him.
God,
That's
Dwayne.
not what the fuck we do.
She done tickled the man booty hole with a
It's the other
tongue.
way
Now he
around.
want to color his hair and shit. Pants tighter
Like I
than
said,
ever.
I am the proponent.
His farts come up his back because
That
his
nigga ain't
clothes
wore
be so
socks
damn
in
tight.
years.
Oh my gosh.
This quarantine has got this nigga wild.
Y'all gotta put like a warning label on this
Yeah.
You hear
podcast.
me? You hear me, right? I'm trying to be like, however, comma, it's okay if you like getting your ass.
Y'all don't remind me. I got
Now-
asthma. Lord.
I've stayed on
If
this
you like ass,
podcast.
ate, that's your
I've stayed on
That
this
is your
podcast.
prerogative.
that's your business.
But I've stayed on this podcast many of times. I do not like being a receiver of this. I don't.
What goes through a man's head?
I don't
Just-
even like
Come
when
on,
I'm
baby,
taking a
I'ma
shit
arch
and
my-
the water pop
What
up
the
into
fuck
my
are you
ass.
doing?
No, I don't like that.
I don't even like that shit.
Is
Don't
your ass in
touch
the air
my
for
butt.
me to put my face in it?
No, they
Like-
actually lay on their backs.
First of all,
and-
that's uncomfortable as fuck for me to see too. Why the fuck you in the bed looking like
With
a
your
baby
legs
getting
up.
a diaper change? Now I gotta move your balls, and now like come on, move the balls, and then you see this little ass hole that
All
look
right,
like a peephole and shit.
Yo.
Laying on the bed, exposed to all type of balls.
Surrounded by hair, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, I'm just gonna lick it. The fuck? That's not appealing. What do y'all bitches see when y'all look in a man's ass? A meal?
No,
What
they
is
see
that?
balls on their
Apparently
forehead.
I
they
don't
nuts.
see nothing.
They see nuts from that view.
Fucking kookaburra
time
tree.
out.
Shout out to the women who lick Gucci's.
You know what?
Man,
You
listen.
gooch grease queens. I cannot.
I'm gonna ask
saying-
you to finish this
saying,
story.
that's a-
I'm intrigued. I really
I
am.
ain't with the eating the booty, but that gooch is a very special feeling. Man, listen. It's a very special feeling.
Then you do the stinky leg.
Man, listen.
Hit the gooch.
Stanky leg, Dougie, all that shit.
Imagine the nigga.
Oh my goodness.
You motherfucking
Had to give it with a quick disclaimer, like, don't go no lower, bitch. I don't hit females, but I shake the shit out of you. All right? Don't do it to yourself, all right? Do not do it to yourself. I will give you a headache.
I will
Don't
wring
do
your
it.
damn neck.
What? Man, I will Bart Simpson your ass. Don't do it.
Oh my goodness.
Man, don't do it.
But nah,
Please.
so 2020. It's not that everybody's eating booties. The people are now like, you know what?
Vocal.
Let me try it.
I mean, shit.
It's there. I'm here.
Gonna die anyway.
No.
Word.
Being that this guy shit on me and watched you for so long about it,
Not
and
literally,
like,
folks.
say, hey, who the fuck listen, I eat booty? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, nigga, like that don't take away my like, who are you fucking hell? You like, what the fuck?
Word.
See,
Like,
Oh,
grow up.
Oh, you grew up.
So, you know, there was some relationship issues, and like I said at the beginning, some men don't believe in reciprocating, and you know, the relationship issues got to a point that it exploded. So,
Because he was receiving, but he wasn't giving.
exactly.
Okay.
Come on, man. That's
I don't know if that's true. I'm just saying for the sake of a motherfucking story.
Okay.
He, you know, I've been avoiding the dude for a while because, you know, every time I got a call, money had to be given, and I just wasn't, you know, I had
was
my
this money gonna help him eat booty?
No, it wasn't supposed to help him find a place, but at the end of the day, but
The place to eat
Help
some
him
booty.
eat booty? The fuck?
he needed a booty eating.
Oh, it's the homosexual season. You better eat somebody's ass and get warm.
all I
The
know
fuck?
is that
gotta learn.
there was some issues where, you know, him and his fiance and their kid, well, her kids, they went, you know, to like Texas. They moved from Sacramento.
That's the booty
they
eating
moved
capital.
to Texas. Yeah, I didn't know that.
She said the booty.
Eating capital.
You sit
I
over
didn't
here.
know that.
Don't
Hey,
say
booty like
nothing
fine
else.
China out
It's
there.
either one or two. It's them in Atlanta. They
Man,
eat
listen.
some
Alright.
booty in
Nope,
Atlanta.
nope, stop it.
Okay, I'm shut up.
And you know,
some booty.
they
They like
got
booty
into
in
some
Atlanta.
they got into some trouble. He got kicked out of the house and got that right back from Sacramento, and now they're back together again.
Okay.
All right, it's crazy. So me, you know, after a while, I was like, let me talk with this motherfucker. Me and Lachi was gonna talk with him and say, yo, I have some things to tell you guys.
Oh man.
Does Blood, do those shirts come in red? Like, what shirt? The Edie Booty Gang shirt? I was like, what? They're good.
Booty gang.
So I was like,
He done came to the other side.
to be honest,
Not only did
to be honest,
he went
2 days ago, I was talking with Lachi and Lex.
want a shirt to
and shit. I
commemorate.
said, yo, I bet you when we actually talked to him, he gonna tell us he ate ass. Cause now,
That's a way to get your bitch back.
Cause now you and your girl are in a much better place.
Let me tell you something.
So
If you
That's
fuck
why
up,
Taraji was crying like
eat
that,
that
y'all.
ass
They
and
ain't
she
show
still
what was
don't
at the
come back?
bottom.
You ain't shit.
Speaking of that,
So
listen.
so I was just like, yo, and then he said, yo, did you like it? I said, yo, on some real shit. Like, yeah, I did. Like, I was like, oh.
They
Niggas like it because they like
on
the
a
reaction.
Sunday,
that
Monday,
they- that's
Tuesday,
why they-
Wednesday.
They like the reaction.
And now she
It
puts her
ain't
butt in
nothing
his face.
there.
Like, it's like,
Ask a nigga what it tastes like. He gonna say
sexual
skin
again.
or whatever the fuck you put on it. It's like eating a pack of pork rinds or
We've
some
been
shit.
telling you
I
to eat ass for
don't know. I'm just saying like
booty
skin
is
or
like
something.
you eat your own.
Not chicharron. And this has been our Spanish lesson, ladies and gentlemen.
our Spanish word of the day.
Eating booty is like chicharron.
No, I'm saying like it's
She
skin.
said the booty can taste like
I'm
chorizo.
saying, man, listen. Man,
That
listen.
motherfucker needs a physician.
Hey Frank, she said the booty tastes like chorizo.
No, I'm trying.
Damn.
I was trying to say, like, if you ask a man what that skin tastes like, he probably gonna say it tastes like nothing.
All I can tell you is, if
it's
that
clean.
person gets mad at me telling this story, I'm sorry.
It's all right.
But it was
We don't
cold.
even
That's why
know.
we
You're a
don't
part of
say
the
names,
secret
brother.
society that
That's
tells
why I don't
everybody
say
that they
names.
eat booty.
Don't get mad if a name wasn't said. I don't say names.
Say no name, bear no blame.
All I
wrong
know
with
is
eating a
that
little
I
bit
said
booty.
bud,
You do what
and
works for you.
therefore, y'all know what the fuck I'm talking
Put a
about.
little
So,
bit of
I
lime
don't, for
on
the
it
record,
next
I
time.
have no
Put
clue.
lime on the
not y'all.
It's
But
ranch.
For the
inside
record,
it.
I
Child, not a little ranch.
You know that little bit of salt they put on the
Put a little dot
margarita?
of ranch right there.
don't know. You want the Salt Bay?
A little
Oh
salt.
my god.
Eat your meal with a little pinch of salt.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Put a
So,
bit on.
we're gonna end this podcast today. I'm sad deep down.
Why you
But
sad?
because I really enjoyed my time.
Me too.
Oh, man.
This is the
And
space.
Shawnette, you sure you don't want a podcast or something?
I mean,
Like, you're really good.
You could
You
do
can
it.
really talk.
It's easy.
You're like, you can call it manifestation with Shaunie.
ooh, I like that. I like that.
And look,
You speak
I can
very
see
well.
There you go. We
Real
got
quick.
prospects. There you go.
You're like, you have the gift to gab. You can really talk. You really
Thank
have
you.
a lot of
Articulate
great-
yourself
You have a
very,
really
very
good.
well.
You have
You've
really
always
good.
been like that.
You have really
I think
good
Shaunie was the
beliefs.
first person I met when I got to university.
You have really
Yeah.
good. You have really good
Yeah.
beliefs and things that you talk about. Is like I'm sitting here like this, like
helped
I,
me
Always been motivational.
You my girl.
I'll tell you that.
tremendously.
I like let her talk because I'm listening here because you're really
You
good.
can be on that ledge.
Thank
and-
you.
Or she'll talk some sense right
Tell
into
you what,
you.
she don't do
All the
podcasts,
time.
What are
you
you
better
doing?
bring
Get
your
back
line
here.
back
Get off the
Oh,
ledge.
I'll come back. I
better
definitely
Definitely.
will come back.
We're building a list of people who we want back on the show. After, well, first of all, like you're the third guest, but you know, over time when we start having guests on the show, we are building a list of people who we want to have as recurring guests, and I most definitely would love you to be.
Oh, thank you.
Well-
Thank you so much.
We're running what we usually do, and any words for us as podcasters, any inspiring words,
Network.
any as a network, or anything you want to leave with us,
Any gems?
any gems.
I definitely, first I want to thank you guys for having me. I definitely enjoyed myself. But what I want to say to you guys is to stay together.
I don't like these mugs.
You stuck with me. I done told you. I done told you.
She damn
She
sure
I
know,
love these guys.
and his
I
ass
love-
know.
I love these guys under condition.
She
when
really
they
Right.
did,
want
and I
to
ain't
speak.
been
And,
able to
and,
give it
and
up
it's not
yet.
to say to stay together and don't grow. It's to just simply stay together. If somebody comes on to a different avenue to where they decide that they want to go a different route, it's never personal. Stay together. Stay supportive of each other. Stay with the option to forgive one another, because there are going to be times when you do not agree, or you probably don't like what was said, or it probably struck a chord. But stay together. It is okay to feel a type of way for you get your 5 minutes, and once minute 6 hits, get over it.
There you go.
Do not let anyone come into your family and break your family apart. This is a family. This has purpose. This is going somewhere. Somebody right now is going to listen to one of your podcasts and say, you know, I need them. It's people speaking y'all names that have not even met y'all yet. You don't know. Always remember what I told you about that road. You're going to end up getting to your prize. But the road to the prize and how hard and rocky it is, it's up to you. You're going to get there. So just stay together and stay with each other. Stay supportive of one another. Like I said, somebody may pop up and decide that they want to maybe incorporate something different. Not even go a different route, but incorporate something different. It's hard for us minorities to stay together.
Very nice.
It is hard because we just have a lot of unknowing we have to unravel. Always remember that. Be patient with one another. I'm still learning. Everybody's still learning. Your grandparents, if they're fortunate enough to be alive, believe it or not, they are still learning. So just be patient with one another and just stay together.
I appreciate it.
Those are good words. About to take with.
Before we go, there's an ongoing conflict that's going on in Nigeria, right?
Yes.
And to tell you all this is this. Police everywhere are just doing what the fuck they want to do. And whoever gets affected is usually black lives that neighbor the communities in these areas that these police policing. But what's going on in Nigeria is that there is a police force called SARS. Now, what they're supposed to do is to protect the people from stuff like theft and, crime, period.
Like a neighborhood watch.
Exactly. Then it became nothing more than a militia that has a lot of assault weapons and stuff like that. And, and they've been doing a lot of things like arresting people just for having an iPhone, arresting people for dressing a certain way because they feel that that's associated with theft. And it's not, they don't want you to look a certain way. There's a lot of things that this outfit has been doing. Now, SARS has been ended, but it has taken into a new form I think it's called SWAT. And
Are they recruiting people?
No, it's going to be with the same people who were in SARS.
Oh, wow.
So,
It's a special.
Wow.
Change coats.
Right.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
Didn't know that.
Shoot.
SARS is, like I said, I don't know what the rules are in Nigeria. I don't know if you have freedom in Nigeria. But to hear that the people who are of SARS are shooting protesters, killing protesters, throwing grenades at protesters, that tells me that there's no freedom.
Right.
So I just want you, if people are still protesting, I commend you because you're risking your life. And I want people, and I'm really, really praying for this to go away. I'm praying for the president of Nigeria to step the fuck down because he's not doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
And he's telling people to go home, and he's not budging. But I'm just going to tell you this right now: it's not going to end well for you.
Can I say something?
Yes.
And as far as the whole thing that's going on with Nigeria, we as black people, I've seen some ignorant comments on it. Some people are saying things like we need to be concerned about our black people here.
Oh, I've seen that like on Instagram and stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. Black people as a whole, every black life matters, whether they're on this continent, or another. Those
Absolutely.
are still our people. We come from them in a sense. Whoever is on that continent, we come from them. We should be worried and we should feel a way about what's going on over there because no one else is worried about them. Just like when things happen with us over here, some of them may be worried about us, some of them may not, but I know that they do care that Black lives matter over here and that our lives are being diminished, so we should care too. So let's just take the ignorance out of it. A black life over there is the same value as a black life over here, and we need to both value those lives and just protect each other and do for each other.
Absolutely.
Right. Yep. Humanity.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just like, not for nothing, real quick. America runs to everybody else's rescue, but everything else,
not Haiti, not Nigeria.
Why is it that we
cannot?
Well,
let's. Y'all want to go down that rabbit hole today?
We not.
I'm
just saying.
To make me small and go down that rabbit
Well,
hole.
leave me with a word of wisdom on that. You don't have to go down the whole hole, but poke your head through it a little bit.
As to why these certain areas, which you all believed in your younger years to be poor, are rich.
Of course, hell, we know that.
I know that.
And those people know that those areas are rich, and they have resources.
Okay.
Resources that are worth so much money that they can put a veil over for you, just for you, you, the person, to see that there's nothing here, but we got what's going on.
Okay.
So, Nigeria, Africa, any of these black countries have resources that are very valuable, and these politicians fill their money with a lot of blood of different black people on if I ever see a celebrity, I'm gonna leave it at this. Mm-hmm. If I ever see a celebrity take a picture with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, I feel scared for that person's life. And that is as far as the rabbit hole will go.
Amen. And this is
the
All Things Aside podcast.
Thanks for tuning in, people.
Frank, take us out.
One more Instagram shout out for her.
Oh shit!
Absolutely.
Yeah,
How?
just for her, so people could, because they probably know all of yours by memory. But
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about
And I
that.
do have
baby.
other shit.
no, we did it in the beginning, but
We did
I
have
fucked
other
up
shit
on
done
that.
now.
Sorry, rewind. Welcome back.
We got it deep.
Come sit down.
I'm sorry.
You know
fix it up.
what? Do a rewind.
Yeah,
Yeah, do a rewind.
I'm
like,
sorry. Come back.
yeah.
Oh, hold on. Wait.
Don't leave me,
We're not-
don't leave me,
Wait.
And
Shawnette?
so we want to, thank Shawnette and Shaunie for coming by.
Thank you so much for
Thank
blessing
you.
us with your presence.
Yes, we had this was really
I love this show.
It was good.
This was a good.
knew
I
it
feel
was
good to
gonna
be back. Like I was gone. I'm back.
Frank, you was burning sage back there?
Yes, he
A little
was.
bit, yeah.
Oh, that's why I feel so good.
good.
Oh my
I
god.
be feeling
I can't wait to
Erica
go home.
Badu-ish over here.
I can't wait to go home. They gonna love this little aura I done picked up
Shawnette,
around and outside.
So, Shawnette, for everybody to get a hold of you and see what you're doing, what's the best social media you in contact?
So I'm more so active on now. My Instagram page is by Shaunie, so it's by BY period Shaunie SHAUNIE.
Mm-hmm. Good. And
That's also who makes all of my thoughts and put them on a t-shirt.
Yes,
Oh,
she
yeah.
gets explicit. And because I am an advocate of children's literacy, I will never post what I make for her on there.
Yes.
Next to the cat in the hat picture I probably just put up for the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
But
that's a good idea. No,
but yeah.
unless you make a Hey Shawnee after dark.
Just saying, but
might be a nice little option.
But
Shawnee
yes,
after dark.
Earth is
Earth is very creative.
she's very creative, but what I can really appreciate about her is that she never minds giving her creative influence credit. She always does that. You have a lot of people get inspired by things that they see, and they go to people to recreate them, and now
Rather
they're
than
posting
give
up
us
like, they came up with it, or this artist did it, but it really came from someone else. She always gives credit to her original source where she got it from, and she's always very, very, very supportive. I can tell her something costs $15 and she send me 20, and so to her, and I've always told her that, and I've always told her to continue to be herself, but evolve while she's being herself. There's always a greater self of yourself to come, and be acceptant of that. And I told her that everybody can't come. Sometimes you gotta
shake them off.
You don't know what that term "love them from afar" mean until you really start experiencing things.
I don't love nobody.
She lied.
Yeah, you better.
I was about to throw my phone, but then I was like, you sitting here talking about how much I evolved, so
Right.
I just grabbed.
It was the test.
Now you better stop being fresh.
Yeah.
I grew up one day. Sorry.
And I forgot to announce that All Things Aside does now have merch.
Yes.
Yes.
Golden
Come and
Era.
get a
Where's my
t-shirt.
t-shirt?
Come and get a t-shirt.
Man, that's
Come and get a
Yes, because I'm tired of wearing, even though I'm not even going to say tired. I will support everybody when I see something. I have been wearing my hoodie, my She from Midtown hoodie. I love wearing it. But financially, I am going through my own stuff, which is I will be coming out of very soon. I will be coming out of that rut because God said so. My All Things Aside shirts and hoodies, my phone case, my mask, I will have immediately. Because I am tired of not having an All Things Aside hoodie in hoodie season.
I want the
And
sweatshirt and
for
all
the
of it.
people who see that there's two different types of hoodies. Yes, there's a Gildan, and yes, there is a champion version of hoodie. The reasoning why is because I don't want nobody to feel like I mean, a lower price point for this. No,
You got options.
the fact of the matter is, with the Guilty hood, there's more color options, and not only that, I need a 5X. Champion ain't got that.
Right.
So get what you want.
And I do see a lot of my other big, brethren be like, yo, y'all make no one makes clothes for us. I'm like, well, all right, nigga.
Well, here you go. I got
Go,
it.
bitch.
Like, there you go.
And support, guys. Support. If the hoodie costs $45, pay the $45.
Look, yo,
You
the
can buy
hoodie,
Gucci belt.
Support.
the hoodie is $50.
Support.
I can care less what the price point is. You put all this money into people who don't even like you.
Hello.
Facts.
That needs to be a
even make
podcast
stuff
because
for
why are y'all still wearing Gucci?
And Louis.
Oh, it makes me look good.
Why
No,
are
it
y'all
don't.
going crazy over this
Brother,
Birkin bag shit? That bag ugly as hell.
And it's like what, 30,000?
First of all,
American?
my loans is that amount. My man buy that bag, I'm getting rid of him.
Like,
He
you
know
wasn't
what?
thinking about me.
We
He wasn't
gonna-
thinking about me.
First of all, don't let these fucking rappers.
Don't let them fool you. They
Don't let
have
them
money.
fool you.
They have
money.
cooks and cleans and all cleaners and all that other stuff. They
Don't-
have
don't-
that.
Don't be a
Y'all
sweetie
don't.
girl, and don't be a sweetie.
Exactly.
Buying
She's
a
talking about
Birkin
if he
bag
don't
and
buy
don't
you a
even-
Birkin bag, you don't need him. Let me tell you something.
Bitch, set limits for yourself.
For real.
You whatever
Buy
he
me
do
good
for
credit,
you.
nigga. How about that?
Hello.
Amen.
That'd be great.
If that man is helping you grow emotionally and helping support you for you to help you be a better person, there is no money that can ever fix that.
Nope.
There's no money that can ever amount to that because that's an investment within yourself. So 30,000 ain't shit because if that Birkin bag burn up in a house, you're done. But if a man will invest in you to help you figure out how to get 30,000 and 30 more and 30 more, that's a bigger investment.
That's a bigger bag.
Don't
bitch.
be a Quavo. Be a Swiss Beats. Remember what Swiss Beats did?
Yep, got with Alicia Keys. That's it. No,
They
not
got
that
her a
part.
tea
that
company
part,
on
stupid.
Starbucks. There you go.
My bad. What he said.
I
Not the
don't
other
think
part.
it was the part you
I
was
don't
about
think
to
it was
say.
that part either.
They won't
I
never
was
let
about
me
to
say
say.
what I want. It's
What
all
did you
right.
want to say?
Yo, you
Stop
can say
asking
it
for a
because he
Birkin bag. You
can't.
still
He
sleeping on
can't.
the air mattress. I said it.
Yeah,
I said it.
How about there, though?
I
What?
said it. I said it. I
Oh.
said it.
Y'all,
What you need a Birkin bag for? Sleeping on the floor.
You went down a rabbit hole and hood shit.
How you gonna ask for a Birkin bag and you about to use it as a pillow?
No, go.
Oh my God.
Damn.
You gonna pull your clothes fit in that one little ass
Y'all
bag?
know
You can't
too.
afford
Hood
nothing
shit.
else.
You want?
I tell them how I feel.
Hey, if you can't afford, like they don't even have installment plans on that damn bag. Like you,
No, they want their money up
giving
front.
money.
Wait, time out.
So you got money.
You
up
got
front.
money,
At
money.
least
Temporary.
even when you pay for a house, you got to give a percentage of.
Don't be buying that bag if your kids got
Yeah,
silk
don't you
caps
bring
on
up
them.
no
Alright,
percentage
guys.
on no house now.
Frank,
Man, listen.
Yeah, this is the All Things Aside podcast. We had to give a little bit of
Rewind.
rewind, and like we said before, we'll see you next time, motherfuckers.
take this out.
Surprise.
Shout out to Streety Baby.
Streety,
Wow.
baby.
This is a Gem Network production, and we're here in Frankie Metal's studio called The Dojo out here in Jersey City, New Jersey. And if you're ever in the area you need to record some music, or you live in the area you need to record some music, he's the right man to go to, and that's the right studio to go to. And this is where All Things Aside podcast is being recorded at, and we love coming here every fucking time. So please, come to the dojo.